What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait, I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Who the fuck is this paging me at 5:46 in the morning? Crack of dawn and now I'm yawning. Wipe out the... What's going on? It's Friday. That's right. No suit today. I'll explain why. I really will explain why. Long story. Long fucking story. No suit. No suit. But today we got a lineup here today. We'll have Landy on in a minute to go ahead and talk about the markets. Then at 12:35 p.m., we have Gigi coming on. And then we have Rek Takashi coming on at 1:15 p.m. Man, this month is going to be really booked with a lot of guests. So stay tuned. Have your notifications on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on the Twitter side. I'm not calling it X no more. On Twitter side. Shout out to TikTok. Shout out to Getter. I like Getter a lot. I don't know. A lot of people don't tune in to that, but a lot of people do. Politically, they tune in to Getter. So shout out to them. Truth Social. I'm not naming everybody out. YouTube. We got work to do. We got work to do. Today I'm not working in a goddamn suit. Again, I'll explain. I'll explain why later. Okay, I will fucking explain why later. Actually, I was looking at my old. You know what? I was before I bring Landy in. I was looking at some older episodes of the breakdown. Obviously, we hit 700. I was looking at some older ones, and I used to start off the show every single time with some hip hop shit. I literally had hip hop music every single time, and now I never start off the show with any theme music, man. Never started. I got to get back to that, man. I got to get back to that. I got to get back to something like this, man. Hold on, let me play this shit. Get back to something like. By the way, they can't. Hold on, TikTok can't take me down, right? This is my original music, so they can't take me down. But like something like this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me hear it. I'm gonna mute myself. Let me hear it first. All right. All right. I used to come on like I wish I could play it here. I don't have it on here. This is not copyrighted, okay? If anything, it's copywritten by me. Wolves go when the street talk. 10 toes down on the split up block. 10 toes down. Facing the smoke still sharp with the stare. You can smell that trouble. Stay every move loud, every word got weight. I don't chase cloud, I make doubt. Skate on that loop. Don't blink now. I've been built for the break. I've been built for the hour. Brick dust. Yeah, that's steppy. It's just. All right. But whatever, man. Like I would listen to like some like crazy ass hip hop music. One of my favorite tracks right now, and my fellow Jews, relax. I'm gonna say something. I think you're gonna get triggered a little bit. One of my favorite songs right now is from Kanye, man. Off his new album, whatever, man. I was driving last night around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was driving and I was cranking it. There's nothing like listening to. So like before I bring Landy, don't worry, I'm gonna bring you right on. Give me 1 second here. There's nothing like. Let me take my. By the way, let me take my jacket down real quick. With the pauses. There's nothing like driving in your car, hearing that exhaust, and then having to make a decision. There's nothing like. I'm sorry, I had to read what Landy was saying in the back. Pause. But there's nothing like driving and having to make a decision whether or not you're going to listen to the exhaust system or you're going to listen to the music. Nothing like it. Now I know a lot of you guys don't have a car and you take the bus to work, but there's nothing like a car with a goddamn ferocious fucking exhaust, and you got to go and make that decision whether or not you're gonna crank the music, or listen to the exhaust, because both of them are, especially. Maybe I'll go on Spaces and crank it one time. Anyway, let me bring Landy on. But once again, I don't know what's happening here. I do not know what's happening with my Bluetooth connection, because it is absolutely fucking not working with me right now. It is absolutely not fucking working with me lately. It is like purposely disconnecting, and then I can't see anybody on here. So hold on 1 second. Let me try to get this up and running. I think this is all Landy's fault, honestly speaking. There's somebody to blame, it's Landy. Every time Landy comes on, my connection fucks up. Just like, all right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see if it works. This is fucking ridiculous at this point. I thought I had it. I thought I had it last time. All right. Let's bring in Landy. Landy, what's going on? Good morning to you. Why is it always blinking green? I got to look at my camera setup as well. What's going on, Landy?
How you doing, David? Yeah, I saw that too. The like green flash.
Yeah, I don't know what's that about. I got to look. I gotta look what the fuck is going on. That's what I gotta look at. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, what's going on? What's up with the markets here, man?
Well, we're getting a
One
nice
day
little.
red looks like a pullback, then today it's all green. Last night it turns green. What is happening, man?
Well, we hit a primary support, and I'll talk in the context of like crypto. We hit primary supports to the downside after testing overhead resistance. In Bitcoin's context, that 78,000 or so to 80,000, 80,500 main overhead resistance has been tested a few times on the dailies, and even the weeklies. And then we saw a nice pullback to the first of the downside primary supports in the near term, and that's between 74 and 76. We had a nice low come in on Wednesday at around that $75,000. So right in between that 74 and 76 support area. That's where you would want to see support coming in. And then it's right back to the top side here to test the 70 to 80 area. And this is important, right? Like this is a test that many like myself are actually looking for strength here, and obviously for those that watched on Wednesday, and then when I was talking to you that day, and then watched the video that I put out after close, this was the exact move that I was looking for. Was for price to hold up for Bitcoin specifically around the 74 to 76, and then if we start to trade back above 76, look for move back to 78 to 80. Now it's about seeing if we can get price action over the 80,000, 80,500 area to go and test the mid to low 80s. There's some important areas I think that realistically from a weekly standpoint, um, it looks as though Bitcoin wants to test. We did close a monthly low, right? So today is the first. We now have the first low post all time high on a higher term time frame, like a monthly, and it does look as though Bitcoin would, provided it meets the conditions of starting to close dailies above around that $80,000, getting above this overhead resistance, then we could very well see a move to the mid to low 80s from the daily perspective, and then we look to see if we can if we get a reclaim of the mid 80s, 85 to 86 being a key weekly area, and then we could even entertain moves to somewhere around the $90,000 region, 89 to 90. But now we need to see that's any kind of rejections here or consolidations of price action between that 74 to 78 area. We have to watch pretty carefully, because if we do see 74 start to break down, this support that Bitcoin just bounced from as an area, like a 2K area between 74 and 76, and it's very highly likely we're going to go back down and test 70 to 72 into the upper 60s. And if that starts to, if the Bears reclaim that area, we're probably going for that last weekly high or low at 65 and under. But right now, it looks good. And coinciding with this, we had when we got the initial pullback, I mentioned the risk rotation within markets with you. And we saw that oil broke out above one of the key areas that I was looking for between 98 and 102 and a half. And above there, I was looking for a move into 105, 107 in the near term, but realistically looking right back to 110, 112. And we got that move. And then now we're seeing the oils falling. We saw strength come back, right? So we saw a short term risk off move. And then we saw strength come back to indices and equities. And we're seeing strength come back to Bitcoin. So we are seeing that risk, is the appetite of the day. And it's about how long can that trade hold up. One thing I would watch for is whether you're in crypto, whether you're in traditional markets, or both, is to watch that oil trade, because what is interesting about it for both WTI oil in the US side and Brent oil for Europe and Asia side is we saw a downtrend into the upper 70 70 area, 78 to 80 area for WTI. And then what it's done is it's recovered, right? Some key areas, that being a very big key area at 90 to 95, and it's broken the downtrend. And this is its first real high since breaking the downtrend. So if it goes in a higher low structure, just watch the risk rotation. And so during this time frame, when we're getting the pullback in oil, we want to see uh, for something like cryptocurrencies, we want to see them starting to recover above some key areas to try to flip them to support. Because if oil puts in a higher low, we're going to get a move back down, and you'd rather be above the resistance and try to find it as support than right up against the resistance and falling away from it. So it's also a Friday. It's a new month. We're getting new options contracts for traditional markets. So I've been long in the traditional markets for quite some time, long in Bitcoin for quite some time, shorter term time frame, hedging on the short side, but it's really about watching the risk environment. I've been talking about it a lot. I think that the audience gets it. I think you get this too. You've been looking at this long enough that all you got to do is look at oil and the strength of the dollar and the risk rotation therein. Um, and just kind of monitor the situation in the Middle East, right? Everybody's just monitoring the situation. And right now, I think that um, it's less about what you might hear about the war in the Middle East, and more about watching supply and demand. We have some good numbers coming in, some met expectations in industry for the United States in terms of delivering um, of oil exports, which did cause a drawdown, an expected drawdown, a little bit larger drawdown than was projected on some of the reports that many have been looking at for like Wednesday crude oil inventories, natural gas inventories, stuff like that. But for the actual industry players, met expectations for, from the economic side of things, and the report that comes out that came out Wednesday and the week prior, going to look a little different. A lot of industry players in house have been projecting this and meeting expectations, so I think that's a good thing. Um, and it's really about supply and demand now that we have the UAE deal leaving OPEC as of today. They can exit without needing to go to the strait. Ships can come in there and fill up at their port. You've got Saudi Arabia on the other side. You've got rerouting of the supply chain in terms of shipping. We're likely going to see elevated costs remain, but more of a normalized environment. And then it's about speculation based on the trade, if there is any kind of conflict that breaks out in and around the Iran situation. There's been barely any traffic through the strait anyway, and so it'd be less of a fundamental problem. Watching supply and demand really is like, can the United States continue to keep up with the demand as it continues to ramp up in terms of production? And what other players in the game like UAE start pushing through to their port now that they are uncapping themselves in terms of oil deliverables? So I think we're in a really interesting environment. Economy's nice and strong here in the United States. We've got an incoming Fed chair that I think both sides like. I have some questions. And now it's about watching the fundamentals of the risk trade for the dollar as it relates to our cryptocurrencies and assets and indices. I do think that we are closer to a wider correction than not in traditional markets, but we're not quite there yet. We still have room to the upside, and hopefully that gives Bitcoin room to try and trade above this 80,500, which would be good for the rest of crypto as well. All the majors are right in the same areas, looking almost exactly the same as Bitcoin when looking at a chart. So
You think the first signal, I mean, this, you might fall to the floor right now, but do you think the first signal for the markets coming back, especially crypto, is when the memes start taking off?
I mean, we'll start to see signs. I It's less about the
I know
memes.
that's a crazy ass question.
It's not, because what we saw last bear market to bull market is we saw memes starting to pop. What the turning point was is when Bitcoin actually held up and changed structure into higher low structure before the higher high turnaround. Is we saw liquidity. More importantly, it was less about the memes popping off in terms of price action. It was more about the amount of liquidity that was in the sector, and the memes ran with Bitcoin. Right?
Yeah.
It was a really cool thing to see. Now, granted, everything moved with Bitcoin, but memes outperformed everything in relation and kept up with the Bitcoin moves. And then it wasn't until much later that we saw the much larger moves in terms of percentage gains in the altcoin markets for the majors. So, and this is going to be risk environment dependent. Even in the bearish, the most bearish market that we've had thus far, we still get memes that pop, but there's no liquidity to sustain any of it. So now it's about watching, do we get the nice pops in the memes as Bitcoin continues up? And I'm going to still maintain this. Bitcoin is doing what's called bearish mean reversion, right? So this is a bearish move still for Bitcoin, unless we were to see from here for the current structure, unless we were going to see Bitcoin close weeklies and maintain weekly closes above $98,000, which is pretty far away, right? Doesn't mean that it can't happen, but for right now, the move is still a bearish move. And then we kind of see where it goes from there.
I
And
will. I want to ask you this last question, and I think you're coming back here later to. I think uh, later on today, man. I don't know. I'll probably DM you
I'll be
to
around.
battle Rob
Oh,
one on
brother.
one
Oh,
on
man.
some
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
yeah, on some
stacking
issues.
some W's, man, because he's got some takes on, some of that stuff that I know he's looking at the same things we are, and he's watching carefully, and I like Rob. Man, I think that we've actually had some good conversations.
Yeah, Rob's cool. But the last question, I had Charles on yesterday, and we
Mhm.
touched on a lot of topics yesterday.
Yep.
I should say that I asked the question, and Charles, he goes off. So
Yeah, I watched some of it.
he said Monero is everything that Bitcoin should have been. Give me your
Yeah,
take on that.
I think
You got
Charles
3 minutes,
I
2
think
minutes.
Charles maybe, um
Hold on, Landy, and I'm gonna say this: a lot of people, not a, I would say there are mixed feelings about this.
I
I
don't dislike
Not me
Monero.
downplaying Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I'm just saying that
I
I've
think
been
Charles is sick of Bitcoiners, when it comes down to it. I think that's really the
no,
basis of it.
no, no. Hold on, hold on. I've talked to actual Bitcoiners, and
Yeah.
we've sat back and we've said just a conversation. It's not like anybody's selling Bitcoin, but it's just like you have this debate about Monero and Bitcoin.
They're two very different constructions of a
Understandable.
blockchain network,
Yeah.
and that was never the goal of what Bitcoin was, and this has been debated for a very long time. Monero is something different entirely. It's built around privacy, and that is not what Bitcoin was being built around. It was not being built around privacy. Were there privacy features
But
that
maybe,
were
but
introduced and
may,
then removed? Yes,
but
but
now everybody wants it though.
but okay. Fat
Do,
lot of
no, do,
good.
do
Okay,
you
I'm going to
understand what I'm saying
explain
to you?
something. Yeah, but let me explain something really quick to everyone. And you know this, and I've I've
You got
posited this
60
to you.
seconds. Go ahead, and
Right.
then we can continue this conversation. I think
All
it's a good one.
all you have to do is look at all of the different seizures of crypto assets around the world and understand that it's not about privacy or not privacy. It's the on-ramps and off-ramps is where you get caught up. So that's where the rogue nations and
I
the
don't think it's that, Landy.
but when
I
it
don't
comes to
nobody's trying to be nobody's trying to, hide shit from the three-letter agencies.
That's not the three-letter agencies. DOJ has an entire task force that can track you via heuristics, and it's all about the off-ramp. You can have all the privacy you want on chain, but you will always be found once you on-ramp or off-ramp, and you can do as much washing and as much mixing and as many privacy changes you wanna hop to, and you will always be found.
Y
That being said, they're
but
2
hold on.
very different
W
networks that were being
but that's
constructed
not
for very different
that's not
purposes.
what I'm talking about, though.
It's not what
It
Bitcoin was meant to be.
I get it, but people want privacy.
Yeah, and he's wrong. And just because you
So
want
hold on,
privacy, go use its
but
privacy
no,
chain.
but then you didn't hear the whole conversation because he did say that Midnight would provide or can provide that
Privacy
for
for
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, but he said, that's what he envisions of, Midnight,
I
with
know.
Bitcoin DeFi
I
and all that.
and
So
I
all I'm saying is
He's
like,
got a product market fit. Go for
I
it,
I think
and
I think
Monero
you're talking
doesn't
about the
solve that
5% that are
problem.
trying to evade something. Like
No,
95% just
no,
want
no, no, no.
privacy.
Anyone blockchain analysis and when hooked in with traditional analysis for tracing funds, one of the biggest things here is everybody always goes, how does like Zach XBT and the people that are in that kind of a field or are very heavy into blockchain analysis, how do they keep finding all these people through mixers and utilizing different ways of getting, it's always the entry and exit points, the on and off ramps.
You're
That's
not
how
listening to
everybody
me.
gets found.
You're talking
So
about two
no
different. We're talking about
privacy
two
network is
different.
going to solve
This is
that
not the
problem
same
for you.
conversation.
Yes, it is, because you're not
It's
gonna
not.
transact. You're not gonna what are you buying with Monero directly that is in a Monero-based marketplace outside of black market stuff, right?
I
You're
am
not gonna
just
do
saying
regular
these are
business with
two
it.
different conversations. I'm telling you right now. We are having two different
Confidentiality
conversations.
no, it's not. It's
It
all one
is. It
conversation.
is.
Man, I
I'm
will
talking
fight
about
you on
privacy. You're talking about on-ramp and off-ramping. I'm not
No,
talking about
because you're not
either.
nothing is private is my point. There is no
Okay.
confidentiality. You
Okay.
can have confidentiality as a selective product that you can use for businesses that want confidentiality, right?
Okay.
That's something that Midnight offers in terms of privacy features. That's something that many chains are trying to put out there as a perk of utilizing their blockchains, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
this is not what Bitcoin was meant to be.
I
That's
get
where I
it.
disagree.
I'm trying to explain to you. Never mind. You know what? We will get back to this conversation because obviously, with them big ass ears you have, okay, you might want to go ahead and get a Q-tip. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me.
Let me hear. Give me
No,
give
you're
me the
not
setup
hearing me
then.
though.
Okay. Well, you started with what he
I'm
said.
telling you that people just. All I'm talking about is. I'm not. Look, you have some sort of privacy with your bank account, right?
You have confidentiality. You don't have necessarily have privacy.
Let me just break it down on layman's terms. If I'm walking in the street, nobody really knows what I have in my bank account, right?
The government does, but yet not regular everyday people don't.
Everyday people don't know what the fuck I have in my bank account, right?
Sure.
Okay.
There's ways to find out, but yeah,
But
sure.
no, you don't do
Everyday
that shit.
people.
Listen
I'm
to
not
me.
an everyday
You're not
person. You're not
listening.
talking to an everyday person.
You just want to have a debate. Listen.
No, okay, so people
Hear
can't
me
see your
out.
bank account.
Hear me.
Do you
Look,
know how much Bitcoin I have?
listen to I don't know how much Bitcoin you
You're
have,
right.
but if I wanted to, right? If I became interested, right?
How would you verify?
Doesn't matter.
If you became interested,
Do you
you would have
understand?
to
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about, okay?
Yeah.
People want privacy. That's it. They're not trying to. Most people here are not trying to hide anything. They just don't want to get robbed.
Well, I mean, don't go to crypto conferences.
It's not even go to crypto.
I just messing with
You could be driving and you stop at a red light. They're like, run your ledger, bro. Like, what do you like? That's what I'm talking about, Lynn.
I know, but nobody's running. Okay, first off, you have to do
it's happening.
transactions.
Don't say nobody.
Right?
Like, it's happening.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah, because people don't know how to protect
Okay.
their own information. But yes, yeah, I get your point. Bitcoin is an open ledger. Anybody can go and look at it, and they can look at wallet addresses, and they can tag them and track them, and they can see where
Yeah.
money's moving to and from.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
what I'm
pseudo
saying.
anonymous still, right? And what
So-
people do
okay.
want is, if you want privacy, you use a privacy chain.
We'll
I'm
get
not
back to this later.
arguing against that.
You are. I'm telling you, we are replay this right now. We're having two different conversations. It's
Am
sort
I
of aligned,
arguing
but it's
against
not.
privacy though? Where am I
What?
arguing against privacy? You use a privacy chain for
I'm
privacy.
just saying that there are people that have flipped from Bitcoin to Monero.
No, they
That's
haven't.
their choice.
Maybe like 0.00001%.
We don't know the exact percent. I'm not naming the percent. I'm just saying that there are people that are flipping to Monero and Midnight or whoever. Like that, they are like they want privacy.
Well,
It's
look,
not that they're trying to hide; they just want privacy.
I have Monero. I use Monero.
Okay.
I will use Midnight. I will use these things, but for specific purposes, right?
Okay. All right.
For my business, especially. In fact,
Okay.
that's one of the reasons why I'm interested in the confidentiality features of
There's a
Midnight.
reason why the U.S.
The
government
private
tried to
sponsor.
crack Monero and they couldn't, right?
Wait, what?
We'll get back to that.
Who's trying to crack Monero? And they couldn't.
We'll get back to that.
I mean, they
topic.
took over part of the network and they were able to
Stop.
That's not no, that's not an no. This is actually a win for Monero because
Again, my
it was
fucking
basically a
monitor's going. I don't
hostile
even hear you.
takeover.
Hold on one second. I don't fucking hear you. Of course it happens when guests are coming on. Fucking unbelievable.
As they come into the
Unreal,
as
man.
people come into the green room, I think.
Yeah, we'll get back to this conversation. We're gonna bring I don't even see what the fuck's gonna happen. This is how bad it is. This is fucking how bad it is. I am so irritated right now. Not with this conversation though. Because I think you're not understanding me.
No, I am. I think
No,
that
you're not. Yeah, absolutely.
yes, I
not.
am. How am I not?
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
You started with one thing. Let me just put this out there. You started
You got
with
60
Charles'
seconds. Go, put it
contention
out there.
was that Monero is what Bitcoiners wanted Bitcoin to be. And I say, no, it's not, because that's not what Bitcoiners wanted it to be.
Okay. They wanted it to be open to everybody, right?
It's pseudo-anonymous ledger. Yes, you can go back and you can read all the Bitcoin.
I've
talk
read
stuff
all
from
everything,
Satoshi and
but
everybody
I
else.
don't think right now, if you were to ask right now, we can go back a decade plus, but if you ask people right now, they'd give you a different answer. That's all I'm saying.
Cool. Do you want the United States government to put Bitcoin in the treasury as a treasury reserve
I don't really
asset,
give a
but
fuck.
not know if they actually
I
have
don't
it?
care.
Well, I mean, they could
Think
say
about
they
who
have a
this
ton
was
of
made
Monero.
for.
You'd never know if they're lying or not.
But think about who this was made for. Why do we always talk about like pleasing the government?
No, it's not about pleasing the government. It's that you know that everybody's going to be involved, from corporations to government to individuals to sovereign citizens to everybody in between.
Okay, Landy.
Different use cases for each of these networks. Monero has its use case. Midnight, Zcash, they all have their use case. It's a matter of who's going to use them. You
Okay.
can still use Bitcoin as money. You can still use Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, or whatever you want to use it for. But there's
Love you,
nobody
Landy.
sitting here demanding privacy on Bitcoin right now.
I'll bring you back on later in the show. Love you.
Take care.
Oh, Landy's triggered right now. Landy, I'm telling you right now, he wants to go ahead and beat the shit out of me. We won't go to commercial break. We're gonna bring Gigi right in. Gigi, what's going on? How's it going, man?
Hello. Wow, what a heated combo. What's happening
He's
there?
ready. He wants to throw hands.
He
There's
wants to throw
100%.
hands. But you know what I think it's funny, and I do not know him, by the way. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Don't beef with me. I think it's funny with some people. You might be like, the sky's blue today, and they might be like, but there's clouds. And you're like, okay, but the sky's blue today. And they're like, well, technically there's clouds. And you're like, okay. That's what I was hearing.
Landy is a smart motherfucker. Okay, like he is smart, 100%. Great chart guy, great at TA, all that's good stuff. I'm just saying, look, like I'm sitting back and I'm listening to what people are saying, and they're like, "Hey, we want privacy." Like,
Mhm.
and Landy, like I know where Landy was going with it. I get it. It's all at the end of the day, if somebody wants to trace it, they can trace it, even if you're on Monero and all that good stuff. I got it. I get it. But people want privacy. That's all I'm saying. People
Yeah.
want. That's why people got interested in Zcash. That's why they got interested in Monero. There was 2-3 months ago. People want to say that was pushed by influencers. Whatever the case is, people got interested again in privacy, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want anybody knowing what my net worth is.
What is it, by the way?
I don't want anybody knowing what my net worth is. Little Sag
Guys,
over
it's,
there.
it's like
What's
it's
wrong
like
with
it's
you,
like
Sag?
high 8 figures. I've seen it.
I don't know. I'm poor, but first of all,
What are
hello
you
to
wearing?
you.
Uga Buzz shirt? How much was that?
I got it for free.
Mm. Influencer
Listen, I got it for free.
collab.
Like you got your clothes for free. I seen your unboxing.
Oh, so nice, right? But difference is they're my friends, you know.
They're your friends. See,
Yeah.
I don't have friends.
Supported
I don't know
supported
what
them
that is.
supported them before they even launched their company. So, that's the perks of having good friends, people. People underestimate the value that there is in building good friendships. Like forget up like yes, a network is important, but just like when you meet good people and you're like, I vibe with these people, they're smart, they talk about like ideas and plans and not other people, and they talk about like things in finance and things outside of my knowledge. It's like sometimes people think you just go into a room and you're like, who's the richest person here, who's the most successful person here? But I think sometimes it's like finding those people that talk about big things and things that are different, and eventually one of those is going to make it. And
Talk about talk about how to level up instead of talking about who's doing what on Spaces. That's amazing, right? You imagine if you actually came here and you were interested in, everybody comes here. Oh, I want to be rich, but instead you fall into circles where you talk about other people and how they're doing things.
yeah,
Um,
you're like, yo, you see what Clav did on the last stream? And I'm
I
like,
don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I do not give
That
a
don't
fuck
pay
about
me.
what Clav did.
I want money.
I just care about my thing.
I want to ask you. You
Ask
sat
me.
down with Charles.
Hmm.
Was that an interesting conversation? I watched it
Yeah.
to
Oh,
support. I was one of the views.
okay, amazing. Very important view. Very important view. I will tell you this. This is real and this
Because
is funny.
hold on, before you go, I want to say I want to give you props.
Oh, thank you.
I've known you for a long time, right? I can give you props.
Hmm.
I know that you're into programming and building shit, and here you have Charles, who's like a builder, an actual builder,
Hmm.
and he's on your program. So I'm sure it was interesting for you to sit back and just listen to somebody. Just he to me, he's like ChatGPT or Claude on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's incredible. And I think even for myself, like before I used to do more of like the podcast things and the interviews, and then, we went a little bit degenerate for a long time there. But actually it was so refreshing, and now I'm looking forward to doing more of those because people are building really cool things in the space. And to be honest, the Charles interview was amazing and really cool because I've massively used Cardano as a pawn, right?
Yeah.
Not because I think anything negative about it, but because there's engagement there. And if you are in the business of engagement, because you are a creator, influencer, whatever you want to call it, you are going to lean into whatever gets you views, whether that's XRP, Cardano, like I don't even care. I don't even care. I see that it gets views. Let's do a tweet about it. So I was like, oh my God, he definitely has not seen my tweets about Cardano, because
Yeah.
he's down to get on a call with me basically and talk. So that was pretty cool. And for a minute, I forgot all of the influence he had on ETH, which was my first love, my first coin, bought it in 2017, ETH bull when I came into the space in 2020, 2021. I even named, which is such a funny thing, my name on Twitter was gg.eth, because I used to love Vitalik and he had .eth, and I didn't find out until like 3 months later that that was actually an ENS domain I had to buy. So someone bought it and I just had it on my profile the whole time. Like I was such a massive ETH bull, and then talking to him, I was like, wait, you were like, founding Team Ethereum. Like he's just been such an OG. So that was an incredible combo. He's really smart. I think, for someone in his position, he could have fucked up a long time ago. A long time ago. A long time ago. Like he has no business fighting trolls on the timeline. Like this guy, he has the net worth. He has the network. He has the intelligence. I'm sure he has a lot of things he could be doing in his life. And he's still here trying to build something, right? And he's still here trying to find the gaps in the market to build something that can scale crypto, because we're at a ceiling point. Now everyone wants to launch stable coins, right? All the banks wants to launch stable coins. Like they found that they can make money here, and now it's legal for them to come here, make money, short the fuck out of crypto in the daytime, buy it up at nighttime, do it again. But Charles is here now, moving on with Midnight. He didn't even leave Cardano. He's like, hey, like, let's grow both. Let's grow different use cases. So it's a really, really cool conversation. I also was not expecting how good he is at talking. Sometimes you have guests and you have to, just like try to take more out of them. And for me, I had so many questions and I'm like, dude, you're kind of messing up my flow, because you're just like with one answer, you're giving it all away.
You should throw your sheets away with Charles. Like I have Charles on every month. And it's just like, I'll have 10 questions and I only get to 4 or 5, but that's fine because he's just dissecting. He's like a surgeon. He's like going through everything, cutting up everything. And people clip up some of the things that he says, and they're interesting. Yeah. They're interesting and they get conversations going. He doesn't like, with Charles, like you either love him or hate him. It's that type of thing with him because he speaks his mind. I like when people just say what the fuck they feel. I'm that type of person. I don't give a fuck if you love me or hate me. I'm going to stand on my business and I'm going to say what I feel. That's it. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Okay. But I'm just going to tell you how I feel. So I like that. I like when we have personalities like that are willing to go ahead and say what they honestly feel and not do that, PR bullshit. But we are here, the breakdown, episode 706. I want to get you 702. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm like 706.
I'll tell you, later in this show, people will find out why. Like, no, I don't have a concussion, nor am I suffering from Alzheimer's, but people will understand why. That I don't, I don't have a suit on today. Okay. And it's not.
I was going to ask, are you in Retta?
No. What the fuck? I work out. Okay. I'm training and I'm working out. I'm not like these. I don't need that. I never needed that. Why?
I'm just asking.
Whoa, hold up. That's fucked up.
You look skinny. That's why. Fit. Sorry, not skinny. Fit.
Wow. Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I'll take it for what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Neither confirm nor deny.
Fucking Sagittarius. I need to shut up, Landy's still mad in the back. Okay. You mentioned something about AI and crypto, which I mentioned too. Mm-hmm. Quite a lot.
People think alike.
I think you heard me with those goddamn ears in your head. How does AI and crypto play in with each other here?
I think like right now the best use case I've seen is just like agentic AI, because right now with just like regular AI agents, there's no verifiable like on-chain activity, right? You don't really, it's a black box in a way. So the best use case that I've seen when I talk to, I've talked to people from Midnight, I've talked to people like I have a lot of people in AI in my regular life, right? And we've been talking about just like that specific use case, agentic AI, and just having like verifiable on-chain data for the agents.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't have much.
I
But no,
feel more
listen, this
I
is the thing.
you're one
I
of
will
those
I will
guests.
tell you this though. I
You're
will tell you
one of those guests that I thought you were going to say more. And you
I know
didn't.
I am. No, I'll say this. I'll say this. I in right now in
See how
like
I got it back? I'm just saying. Go ahead.
you got the look
That's
back.
thing.
This is the thing. I see a lot of people on the timeline, which I think is really funny. They be talking about AI. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus. And if the person's seeing this, I love you. We're just chatting.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of people on the timeline talking about AI this, AI that. Now you can make like payments on chain with your AI. Like there's a lot of really cool things happening in crypto with AI agents, right? But there's
Yeah.
also a lot of things happening just in general with AI agents. And I see a lot of people that talk about it. And then, I talk to them and I'm like, yo, like, have you done this with Claude? Have you done this? And they're like, I don't really use Claude. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I literally saw a tutorial you did. And they're like, oh, yeah, like I just saw another tutorial. So I just did like my version of it. But like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really use Claude. So like that is the one thing I will say, like people just need to be using it more. And for me, I want to encourage like whether you are actually using it with crypto, which by the way, you should probably just learn like AI first, right? And I think it's awesome. I saw Midnight. Charles showed me they're doing like an agent Sims version that it's like crypto and they can do all these things. And I know Solana also has that. So, there are a lot of amazing things that people are building with agents that can make your life easier with crypto. But I think as a whole, you just need to start with AI. Like just start with the basis. I say this to my friends all the time. Like if you're on X, you're literally ahead of like 97% of the world because
100%.
people on LinkedIn write about it, right? You have the builders there, you have the media there. So people are writing about it. And then people on Instagram are talking about like doing content about it and, like making it short, interesting, whatever. But the people on X are literally posting 8-hour tutorials. Seems a little excessive, but like it does take sometimes that long on how to do what they're doing. And it's the people that take those 8 hours to actually watch a video that will be ahead.
Yeah.
And then after you learn the basis, then you can see like, okay, what can I do with crypto now? If I want to build on it or if I want to use it, like I have friends that use it to trade, I have friends that use it for like swaps, like, hey, I need to convert this, like, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm trying to do like perps, like based on this data, like, what are some conservative ranges? Like people are doing this, but I think it's important to just start with the basis. But there's so many people that just like tweet about it or retweet or comment, this is cool, and they bookmark it and then they never freaking use it. So it's like, yo, you're going to be behind too, unless you actually sit down and learn something and build something. I don't know.
I agree with you, Gigi. Okay. AI agents help me on a day to day. Like I had to sit down and learn it. And,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. I like learning. And you start from the ground floor, but at the end of the day, the AI agents help. They do. They allow me to have freedom. It's kind of like when people talk about, oh, I get a private jet. Well, why do you get a private jet? Well, if you ask some wealthy people, they're like, it's not to show off, it's just to save time. And I have the same feeling with AI agents. Like they save me time where
Yeah.
like I might be doing things for 3 hours. Now I'm not. Like now, like 2 hours are cut out of that, and I can now be a little bit more productive. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I also seen we had this whole hype, right? Like all this hype came out on X, and people were like pivoting into AI influencers. Okay, they went away from crypto to AI. Everybody was getting Mac Minis. Okay, engagement was through the roof. If you wanted to gain, if you are in love with likes and retweets, all you had to do was just talk about AI and Claude and prompts. Now, it's what I said on this show. Give it a month. You'll have the same people who bought the Mac Minis try to return them, but the 1% that stay and actually take it serious, they're going to make a lot of money. They're kids. There are kids using AI right now, searching reviews on companies. They're going to Google, they're searching their reviews and to see if they have websites. They're building them they're building owners' websites. They're calling them up. Even if they get a no, they're like, listen, I already built it for you. Check it out. Look at it. People are paying $500,000 a pop for these websites that have already been made, tailor-made for these companies. You can make so much. Did you say this? If you have internet access and you're not making money, you got issues, bro. Like I'm telling you right now. This is the easiest time to make legitimate money. Whether it's crypto, AI, or just having internet fucking access.
Literally. I was, so, the company I used to work with for Thon, we've been building agents, AI agents since 2018. One TechCrunch disrupt. This is before ChatGPT, people. We were building our own MLM models. Like companies did exist before ChatGPT, by the way. But anyway, they just got acquired. We just got acquired by Zendesk, which is huge. One of the biggest acquisitions by Zendesk last month. Huge. And one of the founders, there were two founders. One of them is now building another company called Espa that I also invested in. And it's like agents for, people with ADHD, entrepreneurs, creators. So it's, think about like your Clawbot, but one that it's already pre-built, it's already optimized. You can text with it, like all of this. And we we do our calls, and yesterday we were on the call, and I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, you got to get on X. Like, you're a proven founder, ex-volunteer, ex-Dropbox. You went to Facebook. You built a company that got acquired for more than $200 million. Like, get on fucking Twitter and tweet. There's people that don't even, tried AI 6 months ago and are tweeting, and, everyone's like, thank you. Like, my God. And I'm like, dude, like, you actually know this, like, go on X and tweet. And we were talking about it. I'm like, this is a cool thing, guys. Like, I'm not even saying it as a bad thing. Like, there's people on X that just found Claude, ChatGPT, whatever, Gemini, 2 months ago. And they found someone's tutorial. And this is literally what I told him. They found someone's tutorial on how to build an app and post it to the App Store, right? They found someone's tutorial. They found like one of the plugins that make it easier. And I'm like, yo, there's people with negative IQ on X right now, launching 10 to 15 apps a month on the App Store. And you might think, damn, that's really dumb, but they have a mission. They're not looking for like making like this monthly recurring revenue from one platform. They're like, fuck it, I'm gonna put 15 eggs in the basket, and I'm aiming to make whatever it is, 5K, 1K, 10K. Like, they don't care. They're not paying that to build these apps. They're just going after it. And then they're like, once I find one proven one, then I will put more eggs on that one basket. But I'm like, yo, there's people with negative IQ doing this right now. Like, what? Like,
that's the savage. You're a savage, bro.
But it's true. But that's a great thing. That means, like, if you think you're someone that you can like understand things, you're like, I'm smart to an extent, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't like take that as inspiration. There's people with negative IQ doing it. Why are you not doing it? Why are you not doing it? Like, that's the thing. That's where like my tweet comes from. Like, yes, anyone on the internet can make money right now if you can actually put like 8 hours of your week to learning a skill.
Not to be lazy, though.
Yeah.
That requires you to actually, You actually got to put the work in, and this
Mhm.
current generation doesn't have that in them. They want everything handed to them. I mean, I replied to your post with that. People want
Mhm.
things handed to them, and if they're not going to get them handed to them, or if it doesn't pop off in 24 hours, they're not interested, and that separates the winners from the losers. And then the losers complain, "Why are the winners winning?" It's just that's the cycle. So you know what? You could say it once, you could say it twice, but
Yeah.
some people it just doesn't register, man. It's an honestly, it is so there is no competition in this era. Like I look at this entire field and I'm like, there is no competition. There's no competition in crypto. There's no competition in AI. There is nobody first to market with anything. Like you can literally go out there right now and build the dopest product that is necessary for both industries
Mhm.
and you can get bought out. You can legitimately get bought out. But you know what? Nobody wants to do it. Okay.
Mhm.
Everybody's scared of the opinions that they'll get on X. Fuck X. Okay. X ain't the only place where I'm telling people are traumatized because they think I'm going to build something on X and I'm going to get roasted. X ain't the only platform, man. X,
Yeah.
X, you ain't going to get your buyout on X. You'll get it on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people that are like, "Yo, I just discovered this page. It's called GitHub." I'm like, "This is amazing. This is a great time in history." I also saw a tweet the other day. It's like, "I discovered this platform. It's called Product Hunt, and you can post your product there." I'm like, it's incredible to me to see that people are just now discovering this. But like, it's also like, I've been in tech my whole life, so obviously this is like just normal to someone that's been in tech.
Yeah.
But I actually find that really cool and really amazing that people are now discovering these things and they're excited about it and they want to use it and they're finding ways to do it. But like you said, yeah, you can't be lazy. And that's why I said, people that think they're early, and this is the same in crypto, people that think they're early and then they don't take any action on it, you're going to regret it. Like right now, everyone has been roasting Ansem and Banks for starting their own version of God, for starting their own version of a podcast show, right? And why not Ansem and Banks? Like, sorry, Banks have built incredible things, right? Like outside of people calling him a scammer, all these things. Like, guess what? At some point, everyone's going to call you a scammer. If you're doing things on the internet, at some point, people are going to call you a scammer.
Everybody's a scammer in crypto.
In any industry.
And
But the craziest thing is like,
crypto, you're a scammer, you're a grifter. So like I said it yes. Actually, I said this yesterday. I don't know. Like I said, Gigi, yesterday that well, when you go to an award show, the Oscars or the Grammys, before you go to the show itself, you're given like $150,000 worth of free stuff. So are the people going into the award shows grifters also? Like everybody's a grifter. Everybody's a scam. The scammer word is so watered down in this space. Like it's bad. Like you call everybody who's successful or trying to do something a scammer. The water, I mean, not in the water. The word itself is watered down. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. It's not. You call Luke. Luke, I remember, and I was talking about this. Luca bought Pudgy Penguins for $2.5 million. They had 19 spaces open talking about how he's a scammer. I was like, yo, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
insane.
you're gonna now roast the person behind your PFPs. Nobody knows who the fuck you are to begin with. You've never built a business. Here's a person that takes $2.5 million and bets on himself. And in turn, and this is why I say why crypto's so such in sort of like a bad place right now, is because you have these people that are just looking to bury people that are trying to win. It's weird. So
Mhm.
like on your Ansem and Banks thing, I don't know them. I don't have relationships with them. I ain't gonna hate here. If somebody wants to get on and do a podcast, which is I believe it's every Thursday, good for them. Good for them. You're still gonna tune in. And you know what? You're doing them a favor because you're running your mouths all over social media. All you're doing is giving them free marketing. They know how the
Mhm.
game goes.
They're clipping. And then I saw, like the reality for Ansem is like he did buy Solana at $1. Okay, $1.50. He
You
was
get, I
supposed
don't
to,
care.
he was posting about it in 2020. So then I see, like, I wake up, there's all these things on my timeline, like he did not buy it, like it's one thing to be a LARP, he never even talked about it, and then they found like the proof. So
Yeah.
then they're
I saw
like,
that.
okay, that did happen. Okay, but he did not sell. Like that's such a lie. And but like I think for me, one of the, you know, one of those moments in my life that I will never forget was I was at a dinner in Miami, and I go out to take a call with him. We speak for an hour. He's like, Gigi, because I've been in crypto for a long time. I'm the worst at selling. Rode ETH all the way to 4,700, wrote it all the way down to 800, kept it, did it again. Like I've been here multiple cycles, right? And I've made money, but I've also like missed out on multiple seven figures. So I'm on the phone. He's like, yo, like this is like you have to start taking profit, like blah 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 blah. Like he really, like most of my guy friends would coach me a lot on like selling, which is
Yeah.
an incredible thing. Like, to have people to be like, yo, you gotta take, X percentage out. And I didn't do it. So then I see people like, oh, I'm like, bro, like, my biggest regret is not listening to people that knew more than me.
Yeah.
Always, always. All of my friends that told me to sell, they're still like, yo, told you so. And again, and then I see people in my comments being like, well, if you sell, you don't have conviction. What? Like,
Yeah,
what the
fuck the
fuck?
people in the comments.
Dude,
Like,
that's crazy. That's the craziest comment. If you sell, you don't have conviction.
no, those are the people that are selling on you. Like the people that say the people that sell shame you are the same people that are fucking selling on you.
I'm like,
I
I can
learned
sell
this.
100% of my position and still build a company on Solana.
Yeah. Listen, look, you're doing your thing. You have nothing to worry about, Gigi. You're doing your thing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
You're,
just
you're
funny.
definitely doing your thing. I've watched you grow up here. I
Sadly.
watched you mature.
I'm
Now,
kidding.
before you go, tell me about. Well, this is my favorite subject.
Mhm.
I'm in Bitcoin. I'm in Ethereum. I'm in Solana. Whatever. Like I got these things,
Mhm.
but I love the memes, man. I love meme culture. I just don't like. I hate this current era of Fortnite players, man. I'm not a Fortnite player. I don't collect
Mhm.
skins. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. I don't like the Fortnite shit that's
You
going
don't collect
on here.
bodies.
Say that again.
You don't collect bodies
Did you say do I not like to?
on Fortnite.
I don't play Fortnite.
Sorry, I'm
You have
trolling.
to Twitch. I didn't hear. Like honestly, I didn't hear you. And thank God because I probably would have like a smart ass fucking reaction to it.
Okay, so you don't like the Fortnite kids.
I don't. Do you like this shit where people are not holding?
Honestly, I think it's just like, I mean, do I like it? No, you just have to learn. This is the thing, you're either playing the game or you go do something else until the environment changes. That's it.
But we got to change it. It's like the OGs need to come. Seriously, we need. It's at this point where I want to just like call a council meeting, like, and bring the OGs back. Even if we don't like each other, we got to sit down at a table and say, look, me as Jon Snow, I'm the king of the north. I sit down, talk to the king of the east, and whatever. We sit down and we say, look, this shit is fucked up. It's a fucked up environment. Okay, I'm getting destroyed by 13-year-olds. You are too.
The average hold time is under a minute.
It's crazy. I was watching a video of some dude who said like he buys like it was some terminal shit he's sponsored by.
Mhm.
He's buying, clipping out immediately when it bonds, and then continues to clip out. I'm like, this is he's making money, but I'm like, this is a disaster. And I don't know. I'm not feeling this whole charity situation, man. Like the charities want to come out with a token, fine. I'm seeing all these people. Oh my God, I care about charity. And then you see what was it yesterday that was floating around? 1,000 Solana being sent to a casino. Come on, do better, man. What the fuck?
Listen, I'm happy for Leap though. He already made, the company already made over $600,000 in 24 hours, the most money donated ever.
I fuck with Leap. I like Leap. I like what he's done. I know about a
most money
story.
donated ever, and it had to be because of meme coin trenchers. Who would have thought?
Why can't we donate? Okay, like you know, half of these people don't give a shit about charity. Come on,
Yeah,
Gigi,
they
you know
don't. They
this.
don't. They don't.
I don't give a fuck. They've never seen a charity in their life.
They only
They've
care
never,
about it when they
ever-
can launch a coin that is for a charity that they are not gonna donate to. That's the only time they really care about it.
Gigi, are you gonna come back on my show or no? Or this is like am I
Yes,
gonna chase
yes,
you
yes,
around?
yes. I have to bring in my show, and no, this is my thing.
This is
People were so
fucked
mad.
up that I bring
What?
you on my show, but you never.
Well, right now I
Am I
haven't
not
been.
cool enough to be on your show?
No, listen. You know what we talked about. I was working on my consistency. Okay, I'm back on streaming. I'm back being consistent. So now I will. Now I will. But listen, right now, this is the thing, and a lot of people got mad at me recently because which is so funny. I made a video about basically multi-wallet, right?
Yeah.
But I named it bundling wallets just because we play
Yeah.
with wording here. And people, this is so funny. I have my friend Mika call me and she's like, yo, there's no way you made a video on how to bundle meme coins. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, the video you posted, everyone is saying it's about how to bundle meme coins. I'm like, do people not like actually watch anything?
No, they're retarded.
Because and then I had like about a bunch of comments of people being like, yo, thank you for helping me bundle meme coins. And it's like, by the way, that video, it's not even about launching anything. Like you couldn't even launch a meme coin on telemetry because it's a trading platform. It's not a launch pad. Like,
But don't you understand what space you're dealing in?
oh, I know.
Like-
It was so funny. And they're all mad. They're like, you're promoting what people don't like. You're promoting the bad values in the space. But guess what? First of all, multi-wallet is a normal thing. Like people have multiple wallets. They split it across wallets. Who cares? Who
Yeah.
cares? People are doing it anyway. People are doing it anyway. I am basically an extension of companies, right? Like when I work as an ambassador, I have companies that are like, yo, we have this feature. Let's talk about it. I don't give a fuck if you hate me because I helped a company talked about a feature. I don't care. I don't care. And this is the thing. This is the market we're in. So I am going to tell people this is what they're doing. This is how the Fortnite kids are doing multi-wallet to split a meme coin across 5 wallets and not show you their own 50%. Better for you to know. And guess what? The market is cooked anyway. So people get mad. They're like, yo, you're promoting this like type of behavior. I'm not promoting it. It's there. I'm not promoting it. It's there. People are going to sell on migration. They're going to nuke that. The KOL list of the KOL scan are farming you. Copsy's buying, whoever's buying from their main wallet after they bought from their side wallet, and then they're dumping on you at a loss. Like, no, they're not at a loss. They already bought. Maybe they even launched the coins. The market's fucked. So if you're choosing to be in meme coins, you have to know that if the average hold time is 40, they're selling at 30 seconds, And honestly, right now I've been doing the casino stuff because guess what? I'm making more money on the mime swap thing than on meme coins. Like I still buy, and right now I kind of was like interested in the whole ETH OG coins crime scene that we saw. Everything was going 200%, like 200x in like one day. But yeah, I think I hear what you're saying. I don't think it's possible for us to change like the behavior of all these people that are coming in from seeing, Orange's video on YouTube. That's like, but like, who cares? Like, you know what? People are going to make money, whatever way they're going to make money. So you either join them or you're against them. And if you want to hold forever, hold forever and go to zero. I don't know. Like,
listen, embrace the hate, man. I do it all the time. I embrace it. And I stand on what I say. So I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'd rather the hate than the people that like. The people that like you don't really comment much. The haters do. I enjoy it. Don't look at comment. Don't look at the best thing you could do as you go, Gigi, and hopefully you contact me and actually invite me onto your show.
Wait, are you coming to Miami? Come to Miami, dude.
I've been invited by everybody, by the way. Everybody.
Come to Miami.
The Solana Foundation invited me. That's crazy.
Why are you not coming to Miami?
What if I am?
You should come. Michael Saylor said he wants to meet you. in person again, because I know you've met him. You know.
Well, there might be an interview going down, so I don't know. We shall see. We shall see.
Well, I'll see you there if you come.
I see you too there. Gigi, I appreciate you. Hopefully, I'm holding you to this. If I don't come onto your fucking show, there's gonna be fucking problems. I'm just letting you know.
Let's
Right
do it.
now.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Gigi.
Let's do it.
Appreciate
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Keep
Bye,
killing it.
David G community. The breakdown with David.
Breakdown. That's Gigi, ladies and gentlemen. Go check her out. Smart person. Bye. Really smart person. Fellow Sagittarius. Okay. You know who I got in the back right now? I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't even get nervous on Gigi came on here. Now another person's come. Sailor comes on here. I don't know what's up. I get nervous when these motherfuckers come on here. I'm nervous right now. I'm absolutely nervous. I don't even want to let him on right now. I got to though. Listen, you guys know how much I love Bobo. You guys know how much I fucking love Bobo. Okay? We've been through wars. But this is the this man leads. This man leads. This man leads. Oh, this is good. And this shit is going to be clipped up. I'm telling you right now, they'll hold spaces for fucking 3 months now. Well, welcome, Breck. It's nice to see you.
Why am I? Hold on, let me fix my head. Whoa, whoa, wait, there I am. Whoa, I'm like reversed too. Hold on. Why do I look drunk on my picture? Hold on, let me see here. Maybe I could change my character to not look so here. Yeah, his eyes are kind of wonky.
What's up, Rec?
There we go. Yeah, just chilling. Just doing the migration thing, just trying to get my there we go. Chilling at the office here in small town. Oklahoma, by the way, Oklahoma. Everybody knows where I'm from now. That's where the Bobo.
Oh, you're always posting it up.
Yeah. I mean, chasing tornadoes, they kind of figured it out.
Not even that. It's always the NBA team you're putting up there, bro.
Yeah, the Thunder. It's like nobody fucking likes the Thunder.
Unless you live there, bro.
Yeah, everybody fucking hates the Thunder except the people that live in Oklahoma. So it's like, oh, this dude's definitely from Oklahoma. We're gonna get him now. But yeah,
how's it? By the way, I found it to be a fucking great process to migrate. Like I thought I was going to lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
I legit. Listen, I sent you a DM. I mean, like I thought I was going to lose everything doing this shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's like the Migrate Fun team. I did a lot of research. I was looking for somebody that can really get the job done, do it correctly, because I got a lot of crap for the wormhole fiasco that we did with Bobo Solana about a year and a half ago, which wasn't. We're not even going to get into it, but anyway, like the Migrate Fun team, they're really great. They created some of the Ethereum apps that are really popular, like Emblem Vault. I've used those in the past, so I was like, oh wow, you guys did all that, and they're like, yeah, that's us. And they're just fantastic. They've made everything extremely smooth. The process has been amazing. I think everybody's really kind of surprised how smooth it's gone because it's Bobo and it's usually chaos.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like I was expecting, like how Sakasa says, like forged in fire and shit.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, like I'm gonna lose all my fucking tokens, and this is gonna be like a forge and fire lesson or some shit, man. I don't know. There's gonna be some sort of analogy for this.
Yeah, this would just be the final lesson, the final chapter or whatever for Bobo, and everyone like, well, there it was, but everything's gone really smooth.
But after all these people, like it's funny. I sat back. I haven't really said anything because after what 2-3 years of this shit.
3, yeah.
3. It's like coming out and actually acknowledging the hood rats.
Yeah.
every single time the vamps. I think this is the craziest part for me. This is where I said, you know what? I'm not even bothering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When everybody was shitting on Bobo and how it's not a character, it's not a this, that, and the third, and the same people try to vamp it. I'm like, I'm done. Like you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. Say the fuck what the fuck you say whatever you want about Bobo. I don't even care no more, bro. You guys are psychopaths, man. You need therapy. That I kind of sat back. I was like, I don't even want to engage.
Yeah, I didn't engage. I think like that last space that happened or whatever, it was like, well, they're like, will the real Bobo please stand up? And I was like, you know what? I think I'm actually going to go sit down far, far away from this space, actually, and just not deal with you people anymore. It was like 800 people in there or something. I was just like, wow. And all I could think of was like, man, maybe we're actually going to cook on Solana. This is like a lot of attention. Like people are really wound up about this, but it's just the same stuff. Every like year, I think every year or so, like the same stuff gets brought up over and over, and you just kind of get tired of explaining it over and over and over again. And you're just like, hey, you know what? You guys can do your own research. How about that? You know, for once in your life, you guys got to go do your own research, and I'm not gonna just like spoon feed it to you anymore. If you don't think I made the memes, you can go back on the timeline and you can go check it out, and all roads lead to the answer. So you can go do that. You know,
I heard you're owed $1,000.
Yeah, someone owes me $1,000 and they won't pay it up right now. It's kind of crazy. You know, I could go out there and buy some like Oklahoma City rookie cards, you know, like those trading cards are doing really good right now. You know, Shea Gilgeous Alexander, you know, his rookie card is like $100. That's like 10 rookie cards. I don't know. Or you just get more Bobo and migrate it.
Get tickets to a wrestling event.
Wrestling event, yeah, you can go. Those tickets are kind of crazy now. TKO
Right.
is really jacking up those prices. But yeah, it's like, you know, you get these accounts that join in 2021 and they're like, well, show me a meme you made before 2021. I'm like, 2021, bro, that's it. Like I don't think that I'm like, I don't want to show my age either when I'm arguing with these people because it's be kind of bearish, you know, like this dude's been making memes since 2013. How old is this asshole? You know, like we should just move on and make a younger version of the character. This dude's old as shit, you know, like I don't. So like when they just start pulling up stuff and I'm like, oh, wow, there's a free $1,000 right there. I can show you another 100 memes that, you know, were dropped in 2018, 2017, whatever you want, man. So I don't know. The Bobo stuff's it's actually really cool if they would want to like, you know, really get into it, like the characters and how it's like developed over the years. And so I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy because they're pulling out content that I created like a decade ago, and I'm focused on making the character like cooler and like new stuff. I'm really excited about AI and like the way like meme content can be created like instantly, because, you know, like a decade ago we were using Microsoft Paint and I'm over here just using the fill bucket tool and, you know, just trying to make a meme as fast as possible to get it out there on the timeline, because I want to be the first person to post a meme underneath a story or event. And now you can do it instantly with AI. So
yeah,
it's I don't know.
I see you're enjoying that too. Like I'm watching your videos.
Yeah, because this is like incredible for me, because I couldn't have imagined this back, you know, like 10 years ago, when it was just me and a few others that were, you know, making these memes on Biz or 4chan. And then it's just like over time to see like it explode into what it is right now, I couldn't imagine. Just like other people wanting to make Bobo memes too. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You guys, it's like, if you guys are going to make a vamp though, can you at least make something that I didn't make as like your logo? Like, because like the other vamp on ETH right now, I have that file on my computer. I made their logo. And I'm like, bro, like, can you just like AI it or somebody get on Microsoft Paint, just make a new one. And I'd appreciate it a little more. It'd be cool for me because, you know, I'll be a fan. Like, oh, look, new Bobo content.
You know what? I don't. So like, motherfuckers control you, but you can't troll back. It's like, that's how I feel. It's like, no, we can troll you, we can rip you apart, but you can't do that to us. That's where we get offended.
Yeah,
So
Bill,
you punch people in their mouths because they punched you in the mouth. Like you've punched back.
it's not fun when I punch back though. For them, like it's not. It's I'm gonna say that as nicely as I can because I think they want me to so they can get the engagement of
Yeah.
it or whatever, like the clout, and they know I'm gonna do something wild if I do, and they just keep poking the bear, like they want to see what I'm gonna do, like what, you know, but I just try to ignore it the best I can. I think I've done a pretty good job of that recently too.
No, you have.
Migration. I've been really focused on it. I think it was, I've been thinking about this whole migration thing for months and months and months now, and really planning it out. I was driving around town. I would go sit out in the middle of like just this empty soccer field, like the Oklahoma fields out here with the cows, the moo-moos, and just think. And I'm like, do I really want to do this? Is this the right move? Is this how we can achieve Bobo billions? Like just meditating out here in the mountains, and what we have as mountains out here.
Was it hard for you? Was it hard for you, like, because obviously, like, I'm an ETH head, but was it hard for you to say, like, okay, this it's not gonna work? Like, is this what you came to a conclusion with? Like, this shit is not gonna work on ETH. Even if ETH comes back, it's not gonna work on ETH. I need to go to Solana, and then I can always bridge over to ETH. And I have so many options here to play with.
Yeah, and it's not even really a chain thing, really, more as it is like a project and like the tokenomics of it all. Okay. Because when Bobo started, regardless of what the FUDsters have to say, we did not have supply control like these other projects did. So, when I'm running the numbers on Claude or I'm using ChatGPT and I'm really digging in, I'm like, how did these projects actually send to billions of dollars of market cap? Yeah. And there's just common denominators with all these projects. They had a lot of supply control. They had like LP fees running through. Like we didn't utilize a lot of the volume that we got on Ethereum. We just ran things straight up organically, and that hurt us. That really did. We didn't utilize any of it. So like if we had the same amount of volume, if we were doing everything like these pump fund coins do, yeah, we would have generated like I think it was anywhere between like $5 to $10 million in creator fees alone. Oh my! And that's money left off the table. So when people are like, why are you making this move? I'm like, I'm making this move because I'm looking at Bobo has proven that it has like the longevity. Yeah. And I'm looking at the future, like 3-4 years down the line, and seeing all that money that we could have captured. And I'm like, no more. The sooner we do it, the better. Because this was something that was fudded back in 2023. There was no taxes, no bullshit. Yeah. That was the tagline. But what they didn't tell you was that they had a shitload of supply that they were bundling in the back. And I did not know that. I was like, yeah, no taxes, no bullshit. Let's go, guys. I got, I had my like 10% or whatever, like the typical marketing wallet. We're going to use these for centralized exchanges. They're going to steal all of our trading fees, and we're going to have a great time, and be totally organic and pump and break records. No, that's the reality is completely different from that. And over time, over the last 3 years, everybody has kind of seen that. Yeah. And you could feel whatever way you want about that, but it's the truth. And that's why I think there's just a better way to do things now. And if you can do it and everybody's cool with it, that's amazing. Because when I saw like this creator fee thing come out, it kind of like my heart, like it just sunk. I was like, that's perfect. That's I can't believe, we're too early to this whole meta, but
yeah. He went like too early and never late, but too early.
Yeah, or never wrong, just early.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck. No, listen. I remember like crying because like Bobo raced up to like 230 without fucking exchanges and shit. Well, I don't consider the exchanges that were out. What was it? L Bank and whatever. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like respectfully, I didn't I was like, whatever.
Shout out L Bank. Shout out L Bank.
L Bank is literally like they have the greatest name in the world, like because that's what it is. L Bank, and like I was like, man, we're running up here, And then as soon as the exchanges came in, I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Isn't this a bullish event?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I get it though. I totally get it. I get, honestly, at first I was like, I guess it's the Ethereum side of me. It's just like, man, like, but then I was like, no, I get you. And especially like, I think it was like 2 days ago you put out the post, or I don't know when, I think it was 2 days ago, you were calculating how much revenue would have been generated if it was on pump or came off a pump or on Solana. That would help you. Like that would help you with marketing or whatever, to help you with a lot of things to get Bobo up there. And people want Bobo, right? Like there are a lot of people that have switched from Ethereum. Let's call it for what it is. A lot of people have left Ethereum, gone to Solana. They were like, and there are new kids that are here that refuse to go to Ethereum. Even it was even awful for them when they went over for the week that we had here, Ethereum week, where people went over and got destroyed because they didn't know who Jared Jared from Subway was. They fucking.
I'm so glad to get away from that guy. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that was.
I hate the Mebs, man.
He woke up like, oh. He came out of hibernation for that one, but like. But then people went back to Solana. Like I knew, like people just went straight back to Solana because that's all they know. And I think like Bobo being on Solana, I think it works out. I really do think it works out better than it being on Ethereum.
Yeah, because a lot of people talk about Ethereum culture versus Solana culture, but they forgot who built Ethereum culture. Yeah. It was those tokens in 2023. It was us. It was Pepe. It was Mog. It was Harry Potter. We're the ones that built that culture. So I'm just going to bring some of it over to Solana. They can, this is just new stuff. This is like OGs coming over here. Like I don't even. They can do whatever they want. I'm just over there using their tools. They can trade all their other coins. I don't really care. I'm coming over there and I want to like give their little Ferrari a spin around the track and show them, the Fortnite players how to play and, get like a top score. Maybe the OG comes back to Fortnite and starts, taking people out with sniper rifle.
I can't. Yeah, we need a hero. Okay.
Like I don't mind. That's what I'm saying is like what culture? What culture? What do they have? I don't know. Like it's like it changes every month, right? Like now we got the charity coins. They're trying to establish a culture over there still. I feel like.
You don't think it's terrible, Rec, though? Like you've been here for a while. Like you've seen everything, all the metas. Like I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't like. Okay, fine. Like I don't play Fortnite. Like I don't. Respectfully, I just don't. I'm not good at it. Okay, I'm not good at Fortnite. And like, holy fuck! Like you think you go into a token, you get destroyed, man. Like you leave in Solana with like 3 assholes. Like we need stability, man. Like if Solana is going to like, I think I don't know. I think Vitalik has really dropped the ball. He should have embraced memes. He's never embraced memes.
Yeah.
Never.
I've talked to a lot of E-Feds, like just quietly behind the scenes about that. And a lot of them feel that same sentiment. It's not even necessarily about the meme stuff. They're just talking about like the L2, the 5-year rollback and stuff like that. They're just like, man, what's going on? Like I'm still bull. Like I think ETH still does well long term. I still think it does well. It's just like, they're just kind of building an ecosystem that's just a little different from what we do. And I feel like, Bobo being under 5 mil market cap, why not just start fresh? I'm not interested in going back, to 200 mil. I want to go to like $1 plus. I want billions. Like that's like my whole target, my whole thought process with this. Like I got all the time in the world to do it. And I'm just like, I want to get it done. Like I want to do it. I'm not interested in 10 mil, 20 mil. I'm not interested in fighting with all the other coins underneath 100 mil. I think the value deserves a lot more than that. Like it was Pepe and Bobo when it started. It is like A and B, and Bobo needs to be valued as such. And it needs to have a stronger token, and the tokenomics need to be better, and there needs to be revenue flowing. It needs to run like a business model.
Yeah,
is what needs to happen. And we just don't have that right now. It's just there. It's a digital collectible floating in space. And
do you feel like it's easier though, because on Solana, like there are more applications that are just easier to use, like Phantom. Like I'm just gonna give you like apps, like whatever Phantom, and then you have Moonshot, you have FOMO, like you have all these things that are out there. Do Do you feel like it's going to be easier for Bobo being on Solana due to
Oh, yeah.
those reasons?
Yeah, I've had,
Onboarding?
and just like IRL, you know, people always say, "Oh, where's your token at? I don't see it on all these apps." Oh, well, it's not on Solana. We can't bridge because our supply is 69 trillion.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's another question I get all the time is like, why don't you just bridge to Solana like everybody else? It was like, well, we're a fork of the Pepe contract. By the way, no other contract out there is a fork, an actual fork of the Pepe contract. And everybody wants to be like, oh, we're Pepe, you know, B plus, you know, like, well, none of you forked the contract. I literally tried to do everything from like a nerd standpoint too, but that's besides the point. Yeah, it's like Bobo needs to be on all these applications, and we couldn't wormhole because wormhole has a bug in there. I still believe they do to this day, that if you have a supply over 184 billion tokens, you cannot utilize their wormhole application, their bridge, because it'll like break down. So we have 69 trillion because trillion supply was kind of like the meta back in 2023.
Yeah.
Everything's a billion, so that thing isn't even going to get tested at all now. I mean, so we go to Solana, I can bridge right back to ETH. And that's what, you know.
Is that the plan? Like, do you have
I'm going to be all over ETH too. I don't know why they're doing this. Like, I'm coming right back for them. We're going to spin the block. We're spinning the Bobo's multi-chain. It's like, this isn't just like a Solana maxi deal. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going over there using their tools. Like, you know, we're working with sticks and stones right now. Like,
oh my God, that is
all of them. So I don't know what they're talking about anymore. Honestly, I'm just staying to myself, building in the background. Claude, how can I take these people out? Make no mistake.
Is that what you're?
Everybody, there is no team. It's me and Claude and my Mac Minis. Like, it's over, and we're coming for everybody. So what's going on?
Where do you see Bobo? Because let's talk about Bobo. Because people are like, David, you don't talk about Bobo. I'm like, yeah, I do, but like right now, I'm just sitting and waiting. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, once it goes on to Solana, I'll have a lot more conversations about it. People asking me about how. Well, I've been helping. I've helped a little bit, okay? Because you know, people found out that I am migrated and didn't lose my tokens. They're like, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah, like this, the process
works. Yeah.
It did have a hiccup at first because I couldn't connect my Phantom wallet. Like I could connect my other wallet, couldn't connect the Phantom. For some reason, it wasn't connecting. And I was about to throw my phone. And then like I did it and I tested it with like 10 Bobo. And then I got the Bobo NFT or MFT, whatever.
Yeah, the MFT.
And then I was like, but hold on, is this real?
Yeah, it's working.
I'm like, no, but I thought like I was being scammed or some shit. I don't know. I was like, hyperventilating and shit, bro. I was like, what is it supposed to look like in your wallet right now? And then by the way, I didn't see it in the Phantom wallet. So I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, I fucking lost. Like, I was, you know, I'm Jewish. I'm like 10 Bobo. I lost it. But then I went into the chat, Telegram chat, and people are mad cool there. I gotta say, shout out to the Telegram chat. We had beef at one time. Small beef.
Yeah.
I was just trying to inspire you, motherfuckers. I wasn't beefing with you.
Yeah, Telegram's wild.
What do you think that? Well, of course you should say number one, but what? Two questions. Where do you see Bobo landing? After you go on to Solana, where do you see it going? And two, do you see like a way that, hypothetically speaking, Pudgy Penguins and Bobo kind of like, you know, have some sort of collaboration? Because like they're always, I gotta talk to Luca about this. They got some, you know, they got some bear that don't look like a bear. And
buried or whatever the hell they're trying to do.
I think Lucas, like I asked Luca the same thing. Why'd you go to Solana? And he explained, like, you know, why he chose Solana over Ethereum, even though the Pudgy Penguins, their NFTs are on Ethereum, like the Bobo NFTs are on Ethereum. So do you see any of those two? What first would be, where do you see Bobo landing on the charts? And two, could you see something like that happening?
Yeah. First, like on the chart, I know I expect a lot of volatility, of course. It's like during the first month or so. after it's a little different though, because it's a migration, and then after the migration period, there's another a 90-day claim period. Anybody that doesn't end up doing the migration before May 4th will have like a 10% claim penalty fee for the next 90 days. So it's really tough to say, because we don't know like the exact numbers of what's going to like be the final results of the migration. Usually right before the end of migration, there's a strong push as well. I mean, that's what I've been watching a few migrations myself on their website, and that's what they've informed me too. Usually there's just like a strong push at the end.
Yeah.
There's like a big event, with when the liquidity migrates, everybody thinks like the token rug, and that's like usually when people might find out about the migration for the first time. They're going to be like, whoa, why did my tokens go to zero? What do I do? And it's like, well, you can still migrate. So it's really tough to say. But Bobo I think it's going to be a head change. Definitely for the market in Solana, just to see that logo over there on Solana side on Deck Screener, just sitting there in the top 10, just like staring at you. Because we already have the liquidity and firepower to be up there. I don't think people understand that either, because if you go sort coins by liquidity, right now, Bobo is in the top 15, maybe even top 12 on Ethereum still. And that was like one of the big deals, like a problem with us is like the market cap to liquidity ratio was off. So there's these other projects that are just like, we're better than you, because market cap is king apparently.
Yeah.
But we're an older token, so when we fix that problem and then we like shoot up a lot and then get a lot of attention, with a lot of attention, it'll be a lot of typical FUD. I've already gone through all this in my head, and we've already been through millions of FUD events. I just hope it's whatever, bro. I'm ready to just make the best Bobo possible and just get back to meaning, because the migration has just been like this really long drawn out thing for me, and it feels like I've just been on hiatus and I can't unleash what Costa would say, the mimetic energy on the timeline. I want to meme everything, but I my account, I have to be very calm and just keep it all migration, so people don't get confused with the migration and stuff they want to know. Got questions asked. Anyway, so it's tough to tell, but I think we're going to do well. We did well on Ethereum with far less.
Yeah.
And we have things that I've never have dreamed of having 3 years ago on Solana. So
feels like you unlocked like a special level in Fortnite.
Yeah, we get to upgrade finally. I've been on Windows 98 and I'm about to use Mac Pro. I don't know. It's weird. So it's gonna get it's gonna be wild.
So we're going from the first iPhone to the 17.
Yeah, it's like we were literally the first iPhone, and now we get to do a 17 Pro. And then number 2, with Luca and Pudgy Penguins, I mean, that is why I've kind of been locking everything down in the background as well, because I see that and I'm like, okay, well, there's things that I can do on my end to make this a lot more professional. And I see everything moving in that IP direction. And there's just been things, like the original Bobo logo, like the one that I made in our logo on Ethereum, not the other one I made on the Vamp, but like the other original one. Bobo, by the way, Bobo Capital is responsible for that, the more, I guess, sleek, sexy Bobo, like the hunter eyes, the little squinty eyes, Bobo Capital. He's so big for Bobo culture. It's incredible, all the memes he's created. He's responsible for those 3D clay animation videos from, I mean, Bitcoin maxis were sharing these videos around way back in the day. And when I figured out who was making those, and I brought him into Bobo Coin, I was just like, oh, this is great. So it's the actual Bobo council. But anyway, so now that I have pretty much everybody that is responsible for this Satoshi network-esque of Bobo, we can really start to lock things down like that on a business side. And that was another thing I mentioned on the timeline. I thought it was funny because to me, the most damning piece of evidence about all this, with whatever they want to say, is only one person in the entire existence of Bobo has ever tried to file for a trademark or IP on Bobo, and it was me. That's the lawyer said that. Oh, I think your mic is muted. Your mic is muted.
Oh, I was like, I'm taking a wild guess. It had to be this guy named Wrecked.
Yeah, it was me. It was me. It's like I was like, wow, nobody tried to like go from under me or nothing like that. Even all the previous years, nothing like that. Nobody. I was like, okay, that was kind of great. But they got a bunch of, Pepe ones, Apu ones. They got boys club stuff, but nobody gave a damn
Now,
about
Apu,
what
I
we were
want to touch
doing.
on Apu. Do you think I think Apu has been like one of the greatest friends to Bobo. I've said that, and I got attacked by you. I don't know, wild guess, but
Yeah, I think that's just people that don't really understand like the meme culture of it all. Because if for me, especially because Bobo is essentially just graffiti on frogs. That's like how it started out.
yeah,
Like it's just like we're gonna take all these memes and turn them into bears, and it's funny. Like what's more smug than Smug Pepe? Turning it into a bear and telling him that the price is going to go to zero. Now who's smug? Oh, it's like the kryptonite for Pepe meme. So you're like, oh, you're going to be smug and tell me the chart's going up. Well, we just turned Pepe into a bear, and we're going to say it's going to zero. So it's like the clap back, and it's like, oh, people are like, damn, that works really well. That's like that's like, ooh. So that's why it became like the 1A 1B
yeah.
type meme and became so popular, even though it's not part of like the boys club lore or whatever. And I always make that joke too. I'm like, you couldn't have put Bobo in the boys club books because he'd be the main character. He would just take over. He'd be like, this guy's like, Batman and Joker. Batman got all these sidekicks, Robin or whatever. But the Joker comes out and you're like, oh, this guy's kind of cool. He's kind of like the
I like the Joker more than Batman.
yeah. Some people like the villain more. Darth
Yeah.
Vader comes out and you're like, oh damn, he's still on the show right now.
Just look at who won the Oscar, man.
Yeah.
God bless his soul. I mean, shit.
But yeah, but I've been interested in that too. I know Luca is a big fan of Bobo memes and the culture as well. I think they're kind of just like everybody else. We've been really quiet about Bobo in the council. We haven't really said anything until we get like this token thing done or whatever. But yeah, I'm very interested in that as well. So I saw all that kind of transpiring too. So I kind of got my butt into gear on that, and I was like, well, I better do it before somebody else. I have some really big issue where I'm like, hey, you're trademarking things I created a decade ago, and I have to go to court and show you this, and it's just going to be like some huge mess.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm interested in that too. I think Bobo could be a lot bigger than what people realize.
It's like I don't.
It's a
the
huge
hate
brand.
is unwarranted, man. The hate it comes from envy, man. It's just so fucking pathetic.
Yeah,
Like seriously, like fucking grow up. Like everybody, it's not a play. Like it sometimes it's a fucking playground out here. You just grow the fuck up. You came here to make money and have fun. Just have fun. The fuck you take motherfuckers take this so seriously.
That's why I'm going to Solana, so I could just sit back and really just fire these memes off.
They're the real enemies.
Pop shots at everybody.
These 14-year-old kids that are robbing us, they're the real enemies.
Oh yeah, yeah. I look forward to posting Bobo memes underneath all their charts.
Oh my god, please do.
We're moving to the right spot. You want charts that go down all the time? We're going to the right spot. We smell blood. That's why we're headed over here.
Bro, they don't even hold for more than 24 hours, man. I've watched charts. You think that they can't even they go to 10 or 20 million, and
it's crazy. Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck? You got, I don't know. Maybe you solve the equation. Maybe the OGs really band together. Like I guess I'm an OG. Like we hold.
It's gonna take.
I'm not saying you can't take profit, but just like fuck, like let's hold.
It'll take something like that to happen. And also, if Bobo has success over there too, it's kind of like, well, they migrated from Ethereum and they have Ethereum holders. So
yeah,
there's OG holders there. So it's kind of a little different if, let's say it outperforms everything on Solana. It's kind of like a different, we went a different route. It wasn't just like a straight up launch on Solana, Pump Fun or whatever. So It's interesting. I think there's a lot of people interested in it because it is the first ever. That's another thing. It's the first ever cross chain from ETH over to Solana migration like this. So shout out to Migrate Fund. They're just incredible, doing incredible dev work, and I hope it inspires other people too. Because this isn't just a ETH to Solana thing. You can, if you think your project can perform better on Ethereum and you're on Solana, you can move your project from Solana to Ethereum. Like, and you can thank Bobo. Bobo had the balls, the testicular fortitude to do this, and maybe it helps hundreds of projects in the future, go through this as well. So
you're a trendsetter, Rec.
yeah,
Seriously.
Listen,
I don't know how you did it. Like, you're getting beat up. I gotta sit, like, you sit back. I'm talking out loud now. Like, you sit back and you think about the three, like, well, since this token's been around, all you've got is grievances. It's not like you actually got any revenue.
No, yeah.
Maybe
I've lost money.
But like, it's not much.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, people are caking $10 million, $5 million revenue. And here you are, you're just like, I'm still here. I'm creating memes, and like, there's fucking 19 spaces a day about fucking Bobo. Like,
well,
he's a thief. He stole $5, or he made $5.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper than Bobo, though. There's a lot of personal.
I know.
I could get into it, but it's a lot deeper. It goes a lot.
It's so dumb, honestly. Like, because the same motherfuckers are doing the same thing.
Hey, if we weren't migrating to Solana, they'd be launching Bobo onto Solana right now. And they'd be saying, "Hey,
they tried, though. Didn't like James Wynn try this?
James Wynn just rugged a Bobo coin.
Yo, what the fuck is going
That's
on?
Motion right there. we got James Wynn down, all trying to launch Bobo Vamps and rug them, and it's crazy, man. So that to me tells
Bobo
me,
isn't this, like, that's my thing. Like, people argue with me. I'm like, Bobo is definitely an S tier, A tier, whatever you want. It's there. That's the meme.
I gotta get my shit. I gotta get my shit together. Yeah, I gotta get my shit together. That's it. So that tells me everything I need. I was like, I gotta get my shit together and stop playing around and get a strong token with good tokenomics that can send a lot higher to finish it once and for all. So these people can't scam people anymore like this. Like, just people launch. It's because the market cap is where it's at.
Yeah.
And that's my fault. I have to take accountability for that, and I have to send it a lot higher. That's just it, So
that's probably the most frustrating part. Is like, I think the ETH contract just has way too much liquidity in it.
Yeah.
And there's somebody, I don't know if you have really sophisticated traders that buy and they just suppress everything. They're just like, and it's annoying, right? Like, I look at it and Bobo should have been $1 billion token. Like, 100%. Like, no, you want to say at minimum, conservatively, 500 million. Like, easy.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. It should have never, like, took so much to get it to like 230.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have.
It's like, even a year and a half ago, and I got a lot of grievance for that as well. And I think people slowly figure it out over time. It wasn't me, because the dev is still sticking around and trying to make the price go up and make it work. And even with, like, I built out the base bridge, and I was like, okay, well, I have a base bridge. I'll use the volume from that and try to get some trading fees from that to do buybacks and try to combat some of the sell pressure. It's just, this whole migration process kind of speeds up the process. From, I could sit there and I could fight it for years.
No.
And that's what I'm like, no, I think you can.
It's just not a good business move. Like,
it's not.
Let's call it for what it is. All these tokens, or let me say all these brands, because that's what it is. All these brands are really businesses, and you have to figure out a way to generate revenue. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, who put that into play, where it's wrong for the developer to make profit. No, it's not wrong for the developer to make profit and have a profitable business. Like, it's not wrong. Like, what? The dev works for free and everybody else eats? No, that's stupid. Okay, that tells me right away that a lot of these people have never ran a business or had a business or been a part of a business. It tells me that they play just random games online and they come on here and they see other people fudding, so they join this is how you get likes and retweets and engagement and shit like that. So let me go ahead and do that too. I don't know why I have beef with Reg, but I'll just go ahead and just say shit about him. I've been through the ringers. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like to me, like I'm so numb to all this. I'm sure you're numb to all this fucking shit. But there are times I want to say something. I'm sure you, like you just said, you got to be a good boy.
Yeah, be good. Like, don't say nothing.
Migration.
Yeah, it's well, at a certain point, like you can't say everything that you want to say because it affects. I have to think of the community as well. Like people are relying on me to not say something crazy that would affect the price because people are putting their money into this token, and I have to be responsible for that as well. So I just can't come out there and just start going too crazy. I mean, I could keep it in, the box, in the boundaries, in the playing field, but maybe I could do it on an alt account. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I think about that.
There's speculation. There's speculation with some of them. So I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Rack, I want to make an alt account so bad. People would know it's me. Like you would just know. Like I want to so bad. I want to motherfucker so many people.
What it just an alt account and it just like tweets and writes the exact same format as like your main, and they're like, "Who is this?" Like, I have no idea.
We smell the steam. It has to be him.
It has to be him. He wouldn't say this.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy. Number one, shout out to Sakasa. Listen, shout out to you because like you are obviously I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You are a great leader.
I don't care what anyone says about you.
What?
It'd be like, I don't care who calls you stupid. I think you're great.
No, but like
who said that? Who said I wasn't great?
No, but like you stuck with the project. You didn't just fucking leave, man. It's been like, listen, a lot of people would leave, man. Hellish Times, Wormhole, all this shit. Like, I would probably, I don't want to say it on here. I would never kill myself, but I would be looking out the window at some point and be like, man, fuck, what is going on?
Bro, I tell people all the time, you don't want this. You don't want this.
No.
Like meme, don't launch the meme coin. But you think you want to be a meme dev, don't do it, bro. Like if you're in it, like it's the only way out SA is 6 feet under full. Like that's like it's over with. Like like when I saw like the Hawk Tua girl do it, and she was already popular, making revenue like on podcasts, and I was like,
oh,
what are you doing? I think a lot of people reached out to her too, behind the scenes, and were like, don't do this. Don't do this. I think even like Ansem was like, don't do this.
You imagine to have that kind of, like, she could have been really, like, she could have had a really good podcast and stuff like that. And like, all it takes is some of these motherfuckers who are the real scammers to go ahead and whisper in your ear, sell you a dream, and look what happened. Like, she didn't even make profit from it. Like, she just got destroyed.
What's crazy on that is I think she had a team of people she did research on the space, and she had a team of people that were going to do it for her, and then somebody came in and did exactly that, whispered in her ear like, come over here instead, we'll incentivize you on it, and then she left. And and then that happened. So
people ask me, David, why don't you come out with your own token? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I don't get enough abuse. Like,
your life is tied to, you feel every candle. Like there's just, the Bobo chart is, that's my mood. Right now, I'm in anger. I'm in the anger phase. And right now we're going to go into the disbelief, into hope. Right now we're entering hope on the chart. But like you said, I love Sikasa and, Crash so much. And Crash too for coming to bat, even with this migration. And I know he's an ETH head, that he still came to bat for me during like this whole Vamp stuff. I mean, the Vamps are just always going to be there. I expect it. Even after we go to Solana, the Bobo starts pumping on Solana. Of course, there's going to be Vamp attempts, and that's up to me to squash it all out and do everything I can to do that. But shout out to Crash, Sikasa, all the OG Bobo Council members. People have been riding with me since day one.
Yeah.
And I think the people that have seen it, from day one till now, they just kind of look at any of the FUD or like new people coming into the space with some of like the same rhetoric, and they just shake their head. They're like, "Oh, this again, huh? Like this, here we go again." Like the token didn't sit at 1 mil market cap for 8 months before it pumped 230.
Yeah,
240.
everybody got to shut the fuck up because I watched this token sit there, die 2 times on the RSI, everything, bro. Like
we
you
broke
had the same opportunity.
We broke the RSI. I've never seen a coin send the RSI to 0, but Bobo's RSI was 0 that day, and then we pumped all the way to 250. So
man, talk about fucking token making records, man.
Oh yeah, in both directions. That's what's crazy too. Is Bobo, as down bad as it was, people use it as like a hold story or like a success story because it ended up making the top 10 on Bloomberg, highest earners of
that's right,
or highest gainers of 2024, outperforming Pepe, outperform it. Go look at the numbers. I'm not just saying. I think
Eric put that out there from Bloomberg.
Yeah, Bloomberg put out a list and Bobo was right there in the top. Even Murad, he couldn't deny it. He had to have Bobo sitting there in his list of like top performers. He's like, you ain't got to talk about it, but you got to respect it.
You got to respect it, man.
You got to respect it.
It's like Jordan, man. I didn't like Jordan, but you got to respect it.
You got to respect it.
You got to respect it, man. Speaking of the NBA playoffs, my Knicks went ahead and we sent the message to Atlanta. Fuck Atlanta. Fuck you motherfuckers too. I wish that motherfucker was still on the team to experience the beating yesterday. Sorry, I let that loose a little bit.
I felt it. I felt that come like the Knicks fans. They were ready for that, man. It was just like
we hate Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they're talking trash too, and then just blew them.
When they sent us home in 2021, what was it? 2021? Oh,
yeah, that's tough.
That was horrible.
That was like,
and he waved at us and everything. The fuck, motherfucker got traded.
Oh, man. That's like when I know everybody remembers when Lillard hit that shot on Oklahoma City and waved goodbye. Curry. I mean, for the Thunder being as successful, they have a tortured past. Curry hitting shots and destroying the team. Durant leaving, turning his back. Lillard hitting that shot, blowing it all up. So
you guys would have won like 3 championships if they would have stayed together. I feel that. Probably.
I think Durant, even I don't know his situation going on with like Houston and stuff, but I think he even said after he won those titles with Golden State, he still feels kind of empty. Like he feels like, oh, that was it. I won those titles, and I'm like, well, it's because you left Oklahoma City.
Exactly.
Everyone's waiting on you to, win a championship the right way. Go somewhere and I don't know.
But that's why I don't respectfully. It's not about the talent. I don't respect people that leave their original team. Like if you're there, that's why I respect Jordan. Like he won 6 championships with the Bulls. He went through everything, right? And he won. Just like they put together finally a team. They got the right coach in. Boom, they won. So I just respect like Kobe. Stay with the Lakers his entire career. I respect that, And anybody can say whatever they want, but like. That probably means something because you've gone through everything. You didn't just. It's easy to jump ship and go to a team that's already ready to go ahead and win. Yeah. And that's why I don't have that type of respect for LeBron. And people will hate on me for this, but I'm not talking about his talent. I'm just saying if he would have did it and wish he could have done it with the Cavs. He could have won like 4 or 5 championships in my mind. There,
yeah.
That's more like I don't know. You look at somebody. He's gone through everything with this team. And he's earned the right to, be talked about in a certain way. I don't know. The debate will always go on. I think Jordan was the greatest of all time, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, he just had the storybook legacy, like the seasons. It's just I probably it will never be duplicated. I don't believe.
No,
you got the movie, you got the going to baseball, coming back. It's just like it was just a moment in time.
Like LeBron had that one moment in Miami that I'll never forget when he looked like Jordan.
Yeah,
When he like you know what I'm talking about. It's the meme too.
He had the Mamba mode, pretty much like
Exactly.
Kobe mode. Like it was like it's just like all the goats. Like there's just multiple goats, and that's what people have to like. Goat is just it's for every generation. Kind of has like their own, and they have a moment where they just go Super Saiyan. Whether it's like Tom Brady with 2 minutes left, and you're just oh shit, nobody's stopping this person. It's over with. Like it's just.
As much as I hate Brady, man, like he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT, man.
Yep.
On the field, off the field, he's the GOAT.
After the Falcons Super Bowl and he came all the way back, it shut me the hell up.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, holy shit.
But Eli's still his daddy.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. That's funny too, because they're always like.
Yeah, because you got to send him Father's Day cards,
I love the sports, references to it too, because Bobo's kind of like the Cleveland Browns trying to win a Super Bowl right now. I feel like 1 billion. I've always said this too. I feel like 1 billion market cap is like a Super Bowl for like a meme coin, and like when you hit $1 billion, you hit $1 in this case. It's like winning the Super Bowl.
I guess like even if it gets to 2, like I think if it gets back to, let's say it breaks its all-time high.
Yeah.
I think that can be like a 9-7 season or right? Like we're going
some
in the
Pro
right
Bowlers, some Pro Bowlers on the.
We sent one Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
They'll be appearing at the Bitcoin 2027 conference.
See Costa makes a Pro Bowl
Right?
again. He's gonna make just something like that's. I love the, because I'm a big fan of sports too, so I'm constantly drawing inspiration from that as well. So that's kind of how I view it, though. And with the whole Bobo thing, I looked at it like it was a sports franchise, and I was like, coming in as a new GM day one.
Yeah.
Just I'm gonna pretend I'm a new GM.
Oh,
I'm like Jerry Jones.
You could be like Mark Cuban. Yeah. I'm like, I come in, I'm like, okay, well, what do we need to fix, and how can we accomplish our goals? How can we send it? And these are the answers that I found while I was out there meditating in the farm fields with the Bobo plushie. The vision while watching cows.
While watching cows, looking at the
blasting nasty ass farts, which cows, it is true, they pollute the air more than cars.
I was studying the bulls. I was like, these animals, how can I be one with the bulls? I'm just out there with the bulls, and how can the bear be woolish? And this is what I came up with. I think we're going to be a lot stronger. It's going to be, I think, night and day, honestly. You got more supply control. You have cash flow, treasury. We didn't have any of this on Ethereum. Apps. I mean, Apple Pay. What do you want? You're gonna go buy it now, just on the street. Somebody on the street can actually buy Bobo now. They don't have to download Coinbase and paste this contract here and do this, that. I'm excited.
Good. I'm excited too, and I think everybody else is excited, and I definitely appreciate you coming on. I know you don't do interviews. So I'm happy that you're out. You came onto the show, and I'm looking forward to bring you back on once. Obviously, it's on Solana, and we can chop it up.
Okay. Yeah. I just been quiet because it's the migration, and everybody clips everything up. So.
But I appreciate you, Rec. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Good luck, man. Bobo Billions. There you go. Rec Takashi, man. Give him a follow. Give the Bobo Council a follow. Wrecked, man. Like that dude's gone through everything, man. He's gone through everything fucking building. He's gone through everything. Shout out to Rec Takashi, man. Seriously. And the Bobo crew. Shout out to Sakasa. Shout out to Chef. Shout out to Snotty. Yo, I can name everybody out. We'll be right back after this commercial break, though.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was a promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promised to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. We're back. What's going on? Well, if you're tuning in today, why doesn't David have a suit on? Who made up this? Who made up this shit right here? Who made up this song? Welcome back to the program. You tuned in to the breakdown, episode 702. We had multiple guests on today. That's right. We had so many guests on today. We had Gigi on here, who trolled me for some reason. Wild. But before Gigi came on, we had Landy on, who was getting a little bit cranky because I was whipping that candy ass with facts. That's right. Landy kept on getting angry with me. So we had Gigi on, and then we had Rek Takashi on. Shout out to Rek Takashi, man. All right, so let me tell you exactly why I'm not wearing a suit today. I'm gonna break this down, okay? And now some people tune in right now, they see me with glasses on, they'll be like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Who's this guy thinking he can wear glasses on air? Like, who does he think he is? Okay, who does he think he is wearing glasses on air? That's what they're gonna say. Let me take off the glasses so you can see my eyes. The green eye band that can't stand it. All right. So, I'm gonna have to apologize. I don't know if apologize. Okay, this is what happened. Yesterday, I took a day off of working out, okay? You know I'm doing... Shut up, Landy. Okay, Landy's trying to talk to me in the green room. Shut up. Yesterday, okay? Yesterday. You know, I've been working out 2 a days. I I suffered a little setback too with the knee, but I kept going. I'm inspirational, motherfuckers, okay? Motivational, inspirational. We already know, right? Yesterday, I take a day off. I'm like, you know what? Let me take a day off. Let my body recover, okay? Let the body recover. Go at it tomorrow. I'm doing work. I trade a little bit. I start trading a little bit. It's around 10:30 at night. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. You know what? I'm going to sleep. I don't got to work out late into like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't got to do none of that stuff today. It's a day off, right? Get ready for tomorrow's show. We got Gigi coming on. We got Landy with the breaking down the news. Rob, I don't know where he is. He might not know what the link is right now. You have Rek Takashi coming on. We're going to talk about the migration that's absolutely doing well, okay? How I didn't lose all my Bobo fucking tokens migrating, which I expected to. I'm like, okay. Shout out to the sponsors. We're going to talk about what happened with Charles yesterday. Okay, great. An urge. I went ahead and I drove out and an urge hit me. McDonald's. I see McDonald's. There you go. Drove out and yeah. I'm driving. I see the arch. So what does David do? What does David do? David goes and gets himself a Big Mac with chicken nuggets. Do you know why? Because I'm eating a lot of protein, right? It said it has 25 grams of protein in it, the chicken nuggets. So I'm like, you know what? It can't be that bad, right? Can't be that bad. I get it. Let me tell you something. After eating it, I felt so horrible. I really felt horrible. It's like, here I am, a Ferrari. Some people would say I am a Ferrari. And I'm putting 87 into the gas tank. And that's what I did yesterday. I put 87 into when it's recommended 93. That's what I did. I ate this Big Mac and I ate the chicken nuggets. When I tell you I was twisting and turning at night, I was in such pain. Like, who eats this shit? Like, besides me yesterday, okay? That's a one-off. That is a one-off, okay? How can you eat this? How can you eat this shit? My body. What was it? What was that song? Shit, I don't want to sing that song because. But the song makes sense. I'm not gonna sing the song, but the song makes sense. Man, I was dying, man. Like, legit, I was dying. I was like, what? Oh my God, I wish I never did this. Mind you, I didn't eat all day. That's what triggered it. Like, I didn't eat all day. So I woke up at 6:30 and I was like, I don't know if I can do the show. I need to go back to sleep. I went back to sleep. Wake up at 8:30. Like, man, I can't move. Go back to sleep. Put on some fucking frequency music, okay? Heal your body music, okay? Like, there are frequencies that can heal your body, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put one of these on. hopefully can heal me right now. I'm praying to Jesus. I'm praying to everybody. I was praying to every God and prophet. I'm telling you right now. I wake up at 10:30. I'm like, yeah, that's the song. That's the song. I'm not saying it. I can get canceled for that one. I'm not saying it. At 10:30, I go and I just say, you know what? Let me do some push-ups. Let me do something. You should have seen these push-ups. Like I'm doing push-ups, like real push-ups, not like you guys going fast. I'm doing push-ups, but the laboring that's happening here. Okay. It's like I was doing push-ups for the first time in my life. But I said to myself, there are people that have their notifications on every single day to come watch me. So I need to go ahead and show up. I need to show up. So you did this to yourself, David. Now shut the fuck up and man up. Don't be a little bitch now. You man up. And you show up. And you show out. And that's what I did. That's why I didn't put on the suit, because I needed to be comfortable today. Okay. I needed to, because after this show, it is beautiful outside. I'm going out. I am tanning my nuts. Okay. I'm going top down. That's right. Fuck it. Top down. I'm driving, tanning, stopping, laying out, nuts out, tanning. That's right. That's right. True story. True story. Hold on one second. One second. Oh, okay. I'm going to bring Landy back on. We're just going to finish this convo. We'll finish this convo with people tagging me like, what the fuck? Oh shit, I got paid by shout out to Twitter. I got paid by Twitter. Okay. I see what you did there. Okay, let's bring in Landy real quick. We'll finish this off. Finish him off right now, man. Basically. Whoa, pause.
That is a pause. That is a no diddy.
No diddy.
Well, I mean, you're kind of diddying it up, but on the seed oil side now. This is
I thought I was dying. I thought I was fucking dying.
Yeah, I mean, their CEO won't even eat their food. So, I mean, I'm
You see
sorry,
how
their
he ate it?
product. Their
I
product.
fucking forgot how he was like fucking eating that thing.
Yeah. So
Looked like he was allergic to fucking.
Well,
It's
look, I
horrible.
mean, you had some McDonald's product and it did not agree with you.
Oh
Boy. This is probably going to last through the weekend.
No, after this, I'm like I said, I'm going out, and then I'm going to work really hard. And you know, I said this morning to myself. I said, you did this to yourself, and there's no days off. You're gonna be in the gym. If you're hurting, but you're gonna work right through it. And that's it. That's the mindset. You gotta go. You know what you got. Like, yo, you know what? And at the end of eating the Big Mac, I tasted I was like, ugh, this is disgusting. I don't know. Fries are good. I gotta tell you, the fries are still good.
That is the largest source of seed oils right there. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, I didn't really eat all of them. But
they're engineered to be good tasting.
Understandable. Okay, it's a one-off. Okay, It's a one
Yeah.
fucking off.
Yeah.
My biggest problem today is Gigi.
Listen, Skinny D. No Diddy. Pause.
I don't think she meant like skinny, but like she said, did you use what she said? Did I use the R? Like what was it? What's it?
What,
Rent.
like a GLP-1?
Yeah, I'm
like
how
an
dare
Ozempic?
you? How dare you?
I missed the Ozempic part. How did I miss that?
I think she asked me if I use GLP. And,
Oh yeah, GLP-1s. Yeah.
I was like, no. A motherfucker can't work out?
I think you were already
I didn't
well
know
on
how
your
to take
path.
that.
You were well on your path of like hardcore workouts before the GLP-1s got really rolling, right?
Yeah, like I'm okay. So I do take collagen.
Mhm.
They have peptides. Obviously, I have creams
Well-
that I use that have peptides in them.
Most aren't actual peptides because the peptide classification really does fall squarely within the GLP-1 category and associated categories. There are other peptides, but they're not really the
The
same.
shit that I take is like there are peptides in them. Like I know that for sure. I'm not buying this shit from China. I'm just saying I've never taken GLP.
I'd be curious to see what kind of peptides they are because I don't
I'll
think
show you after. I don't want to show it.
Yeah.
You know why I don't want to show it? So somebody did reach out to me. They're like, "Hey, Dave, can you tell me like what?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to tell you because I don't know how your body's going to react." I don't want to tell you anything. Like I'm not giving out medical advice. Like because somebody can say like, "Yo, I took it because David was taking the shit, bro." Like, nah.
Well, one thing that works for somebody isn't necessarily going to be the thing that works for you. Like for me, like I do 18-6. That's my normal schedule, and that's my 18-hour fasting and then 6 hours eating.
Yeah.
Some people do, intermittent 24-hour, 36-hour, 48. Sometimes some people do 72, but for me at my age and for my needs, that would I'd end up losing muscle mass, and I'm not trying to go cut, right? I'm just trying to maintain muscle mass as I get
Yeah.
older, maintain hormone levels so that I don't have to, RFK it anytime soon and go with hormone replacement therapy, which I don't have any problems with. Like if it was a medical need or something at some point, but I want to head that off before the pass. And a lot of it has to do with food. It's got to do with the McDonald's and the other associated types of fast food organizations, but the entire food supply chain is, something that needs to get turned around in terms of what is allowed in our food and how a lot of it's processed. But yeah, I mean, what works for you, not necessarily going to work for others. And there's some people who do have success, not Trump's friend, but some,
Not
some
Trump's
some people do have success with GLP-1s, but there is, there's a lot of risk as well. But if the benefits outweigh the risk, then, maybe that is something that is going to work for some people, but got to be careful. And you got to really not just consult your doctor. A lot of people go to these online docs to get it. Honestly, you got to go to like your regular doc and make sure you're consulting and getting your hormones measured right along the way. And because there's a lot of unknowns.
For sure. By the way, I just want to acknowledge somebody who's a cheesy bun. I don't know what the fuck the rest of the name is, but I do want to. Yes, David is the biggest LARP in crypto. Yes.
I mean, I'm a literal puppet, so I'm literally LARPing as a puppet. So how can you possibly be the biggest LARP when I'm wearing a puppet PFP and I'm pretending to be a monkey with a Bitcoin crown?
You have to acknowledge it though. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Biggest grifter, biggest LARP.
Oh, sure.
I love it. I love. At least I get some title. Like,
I
want.
You get put on all the lists. I get put on none of them.
I don't give a fuck. Honestly, when those lists come out with like those like profile pictures,
yeah,
I'm like, please don't put me on these lists. Do me a favor, like keep me off. Don't acknowledge me. I'm fine with it. Like I'm at that point in my life. I'm not even trying to be acknowledged by you guys. I'm trying to be seen by a different core audience, not by you. Trust me.
Wait,
You didn't hurt my feelings.
I take that back. I did get put on one list, but only a verbal list, and that was a list of douchebags. I got called a douchebag by somebody prominent in the space when having a debate with them because they couldn't defend their position. So I became the king of the douchebags.
So here we are. Obviously, I have, by the way, this week, obviously, you see my new mic, right? You see the
Yes.
new mic.
Yep.
Love it. I
Looks good.
feel like Iron Man or some shit. I don't know. I gotta say, I can't stop looking at myself, man. I'm looking in the fucking screen right now. I can't stop looking at myself. We got Rob Nelson in the back, and every Friday we have Landy, who's here, and we have Rob, and I ask them questions and I try to hear them out. By the way, shout out to Scott Jennings. He was about to kill this kid on the CNN panel. 23-year-old brat who was on there just trying to instigate, and like he put his hand really close to Scott Jennings' face, and Scott turned around and said, "Get your fucking hand out of my face." I've never seen Scott's always cool, calm.
When was this, yesterday?
Let me play it.
I
I'm
missed
gonna
this.
bring Rob in, but this was crazy because he really got under his. You could tell he got under his skin. He did get under his skin, but like he probably would have got under my skin. Here he goes. Give me a second. This arrogant little kid who's paid by the DNC. Let's go ahead and give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and put this into play. Here we go. I'll put this. You see it or no?
Yes, I see it now.
Give me 1 second. I gotta find it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play it.
I mean, honestly, they have been at war with us for 47
We
years.
all know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the
Wait a
attention
minute,
span of a gnat? Is that
Homie,
what you
I
have?
debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago, and you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not
Can you
going your
name
way.
one political
Get your
concession.
fucking hand out of my
Name
face
one political
first.
concession.
Whoa, guys,
Honestly, I'm
excuse
not
me.
going to
Hold
have
on.
this guy's hand
Everybody,
in my face.
everybody, hang tight.
Honestly.
Okay. No.
And you know
everybody
whose
calm
fault
down,
that is?
Okay. We're having a debate. You can respond to the points that he's making.
Can you name a political concession that we've got?
This is Abby
gonna have this
Phillips's fault.
Not going your
Name
way.
one political
Get your
concession.
fucking hand out of my
Name
face
one political
first.
concession.
guys,
Honestly, I'm
excuse
not
me.
going to have this guy's hand in
Everybody,
my face.
everybody,
Look
hang
at
tight,
Honestly.
okay?
this guy's a
No,
piece of
everybody
shit.
calm down.
Honestly,
Okay. We're having a
like this guy is a real piece of shit. Like when I look at him, he's a piece of shit. Like you didn't come there to actually have a debate. You came there to like these are the kids. These are the kids that would rat you out in school. Like that kid is the kid that ratted you out in school because he saw you were coming in a minute late.
Sure, but I'm gonna be straight with you. Maybe it's the camera angle because the camera is set a little bit wider.
No, but he was getting under his skin the whole time. So it's kind of like Scott.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I didn't think he was that close to his face from that
Well, we
particular
don't
camera
know,
angle.
right?
So, but
Let's bring in hold on. Oh fuck, I had him here.
I saw him for a second.
Yeah. I don't know what's going
You're
on.
just trying to keep me out. Hey, so I came prepared today. Just want you guys
Oh,
to
here
know.
we go. He came prepared. Here we go. Okay.
You like the hat thing? Yeah. We're taking this one
Hold
step
on. I'm trying to
further
get in the
today.
middle. Okay, so we got what's happening here? Well, what is happening
see.
here? Is he getting
I'm
naked?
prepared.
What's happening here, bro?
Oh, we're going gym style.
Okay.
Casual Friday.
Okay. All right, he's ready. All right.
I'm ready to take on a puppet. You're wearing your little hoodie pullover. I'm going full on gym shirt.
I have a reason, and if you would have tuned into the show, you would have known why I'm wearing this right now. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob Nelson. He has a show on the GNN network, and you can tune into it on Mondays and Wednesdays. I appear on Wednesdays. I don't know for how long because I think I intimidate Rob. But Mondays and Wednesdays, you can go ahead and find Rob. No, Landy left. Landy got scared.
Landy's
He
couldn't take it. He got scared.
knew. He knew what was
He got
coming.
scared.
He knew what was coming.
He got scared.
He didn't want. He didn't want the
You know
ass
what?
beat.
And I'm not intimidated, man. Not at all. You know, you're just like, you're just hurdling things and it's fine. You got your big mic. You're all obsessed with your big mic. I don't even want to tell you what that's coming out as. I don't want to tell you what that's looking like. Just keep wrapping your hands around that. I'm just saying.
Right,
You're going to need.
I don't know what you're thinking about. Okay. And now this is kind of now I understand why you took your clothes off. Let's bring in Landy back.
Bring the puppet back.
You crashed my entire internet connection doing that.
So basically, Rob came on here and said that I'm holding the mic weird.
Not weird. I didn't use the word weird. You're coddling it like you're obsessed with this thing in your face.
So you now know why he took off his clothes. My man over here got excited. This show is sponsored by Cialis. Anyway, let's let's move along here. And hey, remember, it's 60 seconds each. Okay, I don't want to hear your fucking goddamn thesis, Landy. Okay.
Well, you need to hear
this in
this.
60.
Okay, let's go. What are we doing?
All right. Boys and girls,
I'm ready.
It's 8 weeks in Iran. When are we getting out of there? We can start with Landy. Like when are we leaving?
We're not leaving.
This wants to be a forever war.
No, it's not a forever war. I mean, we're gonna stay there on blockade for as long as needed, especially considering the UAE exit from OPEC. And the proximity of their port to where we are blockading Iran, the Saudis increasing output out into the Red Sea, and shipping lanes beginning to get back to a normalized pattern, although a new one, that with increased shipping costs and time for oil in this case, and LNG. But yeah, I think that we stay there and continue to squeeze them. What I would be interested in seeing is what occurs in the run up to the Z meeting and potentially after a meeting with Z.
Rob?
I'm with Landy on this, although I'm ready to flex down on the bigger, the battle we've had, Landy, about, when you're going to admit Trump's not playing 5D chess here. But I think you're dead right. And I hate this forever war thing. People throw that out there. And I will agree, this notion it's like we're in a forever war. Yes, Trump always says things will be done in a day. And they aren't, But it doesn't feel like we're in a forever war. Forever wars are wars that I remember, like Afghanistan. It's like it went on for decades. Like this is not a decades long. We've been in a forever war, if you want, with Iran for 47 years. Just hasn't been an active one. This has been a relatively short, expensive, but low casualty conflict. I just think that Iran kind of called Trump's bluff on bombing all their infrastructure, and they're taunting him. They're like, we're taking nukes off the table. It's like, that's the reason we did the war. Like, they're like, well, we're not going to discuss that right now. And they're kind of being like, we dare you to pull the trigger on us because we don't care. And that's what worries me about this. Not that it's going to go on forever. I'm worried about the next couple months, and people are going to get tired of high gas prices, and everything Landy said is true. New shipping routes, more expensive, but it'll adjust. But it's not happening fast enough. And Trump keeps saying we're going to have a deal soon. I don't think they're going to have a deal soon. That's what I think. I don't think that Iran's planning on making a deal. Well, not a deal we would take.
What is the Iranian? So there are a lot of Iranian people that I've been watching on the news and going on certain podcasts that are begging the United States to take out the entire regime. Landy, what do you? Should the United States? Should the United States just take out the regime, or should we be negotiating with the same people that were a part of a regime that was absolutely dead set on creating a nuclear weapon not acknowledging it, but they were creating or trying to create a nuclear weapon, creating missiles that go further than what was stated, and terrorizing their own people. What should the United States do here? Take out the regime or actually negotiate with them?
Okay, so
Iranian people are begging for them to be taken out, by the way.
and this is where the fundamental difference between Rob and myself and our perspective on Trump's plan for this differentiate. Um, the goal, in my opinion, was never to directly take out the regime in terms of, ground operations and go in and take out the regime. The goal was to decapitate the regime and and their military infrastructure, and then that would allow us to more safely do an economic blockade. And because and this is where if they had tried to blockade right off the bat, they would have been the entire fleet would have been absolutely assaulted with all the drones and missiles and everything else and everything they had, including their navy. So they had to go in and perform all of the different strikes, including decapitating the top level leadership across the board, with the exception of the Artosh. And there might be reasons why. We'll find out later, I suppose. And then go through the economic path and blockade them to squeeze out the rest of the regime, because it's creating an incredibly fractured infrastructure there. I don't think there's a way to, even with ground operations, what these people do, and we know this from their tactics during GWAT, is that they would just go and hide within the population anyway, right? So
Mhm.
it becomes an incredibly difficult task, because then the leadership exfiltrates to other friendly nations. They leave their proxies embedded within the civilian infrastructure there, while maintaining a fighting force, right? So I believe that this is actually the most effective way to get rid of them, is you disable their ability to strike you, while you take and really clamp down on the economic side of things and force them to infight with each other until you get a more preferable outcome that you can at least guide, right? And that is where I believe that's the stage in which we are witnessing play out right now. And I don't think we're going to know the ramifications or be able to make an assessment of success until we see this particular stage play out. And the economic stage is only begun to ramp up. I've laid out that this has been a long time coming from the economic side. The strikes were needed in order to actually apply the squeeze in the region through the blockade that we're currently seeing.
Rob,
That was way longer than a minute, I just want to say. But
Sorry.
that's okay.
I know. I can't stop him.
And you
I
know
can't
what? It's
stop him.
tricky
Just like I
because
couldn't
Landy, all
stop
your
you from
points are
taking off
good.
your clothes when you saw me. Go ahead.
So I guess, at least I don't have a big fat mic in front of me that I'm wrapping.
Listen,
my hands
you're
around
obsessed
every
with
5
big things in front of you, so
with
I don't
your
know.
own
Go
name
ahead.
on it.
Go
With your
for it.
own name on it. Here, give this to.
You got a pink pencil, bro. You should not be talking right now.
Look, this is just Dave. This is David's version of cannons. Okay.
This is weird. Okay, and we're gonna get to that topic with the J.P. Morgan scandal. But go ahead,
Okay.
because I'm sure it was
right.
Rob who wrote that letter.
All right. So I'm going to just be quick with this. First of all, I agree. This is where Landy and I disagree a little bit, but I don't fundamentally disagree at all, Landy, with your core premise. I do think they thought if they just annihilated the military infrastructure, they would protect themselves. I'm not arguing they didn't consider this blockade before and do an economic squeeze on Iran and squeeze it off. I think the tricky part becomes thinking they cut off the head of the leadership. I think they thought it would create so much internal chaos that the leadership couldn't function. And I think that's where they ended up being wrong. They did create internal friction, but that didn't mean they disabled that government at all. And the Revolutionary Guard, is still in a lot of control, and they're not going to let any deal get made that's anywhere acceptable to what Trump said he wanted. So I feel like, could over time the blockade ultimately suffocate them so badly that they have to just dissipate or let a new leadership in? Maybe. I don't think that's a short-term play, and I don't think it's a guaranteed play. I think that the leadership will let that country go literally into the dirt if that's what it takes. And I think the threat of massive more military destruction was always just a threat on Trump's part. I thought he thought it'd be enough of a threat to make them go, okay, uncle. But I agree with Landy. I don't think you can go in and get the leadership. They'll just, they will. It's like, I don't know, there is a way to get every single piece of the cockroach. Like they're spread it.
Can I do a
So I'm
rebuttal
worried.
real quick on your day?
I'm worried Trump won't respond militarily, and I think he should. But I don't even know if that would work. But at some point, you've got to force it. You can't make a deal with this regime, whatever part level of the regime it is. They are not going to honor any deal they make. That's clear. They didn't even honor the term of the ceasefire.
Landy, quickly, because Rob's cold.
Well, it's look, I actually I agree with, I think we're very much in alignment. I think that where this comes into play is, Rob, and I'm going to be honest with you, Rob, because there's nothing that in your assessment or my assessment, I think that is fundamentally that we fundamentally disagree on, other than I believe that that this was planned for and you believe that it wasn't planned for. I think that we are in overarching agreement on the outlay of the current situation and kind of in general how we got here. I think personally, and I've let's just say I have extensive knowledge of this area of the world and how it works. I think that no matter what, the only way to get them out is to squeeze them out. I think that because there is no other path. And you're right, they are radicals. And it's a fundamental religious radicalization where this is to them, this is what they want, right? They want this to result in the arrival of the end times, essentially. But I see that the way the cords are being cut, because their escape routes for their economy only started to come down last year, right? And then really this year is when it hit hard to their economy, currency tanking, and then the strikes come in, and now the blockade tanking things further. But they're also getting all of their monies in the Gulf nations now sanctioned. And then their monies and accounts are being traced to our allies in Europe who have been supporting them the entire time. And then, of course, China. And I think that once you cut the money off and people aren't getting paid anymore, which they're not already, they're getting paid nothing right now. And if they are, they're doing black market deals. And that's really the only way that they're surviving. Is the infighting only then increases here. And does this open up a window for and here's where I want you to hear me out. Does this open up a window for the people to take over? Only if they had an army that was already built out in there. And this is where I think that they need to capitulate and then find a working path. And I think that's not going to look like a win to people like yourself, to people like myself. From a strategic point of view, is any way to get in, safely remove nuclear material, work to then change from the inside out without boots on the ground and without risking the populace in a revolution, I think is the safest route, but it doesn't look the cleanest from the outside perspective from the American side.
Give me just 30 seconds, David. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree with most of what you said there, Landy, and especially your conclusion. I want to highlight. What's that?
No, I was surprised.
Whatever, David. We'll get to the 5D chess you think Trump's playing. But no, but I will say this, Landy, the thing you said that I think people don't pay enough attention to is they want the end of times. I think that is a rational calculation that most rational people can't make. And that's the only thing I'm going to say. I don't know if Trump really realized Putin's not going to nuke the world because Putin doesn't want to nuke his own world. I think these leaders don't care how much destruction and chaos they cause. The more, the better. Even if it meant all their people end up suffering and dying, I really think there's no price too high because they kind of ultimately want it all to go up in smoke. That's why they can't have a nuclear weapon. And I think that is an rational explanation for a very irrational behavior. And that's why I worry, how long would it actually take for them to decide we're going to quit? Because I don't know that there's any price they won't pay. I could be wrong.
I would just say, looking back through Trump's comments throughout history regarding Iran and the IRGC and the caliphate and all of his takes on that region specifically. I think that he was well aware of the radicalism. um I think that that has been calculated, and but it's weighing risks. David just took himself off screen. Oh, what are you doing over there?
Setting up the break.
Oh, I thought that was on purpose,
David.
David. What's going on over here?
No, I'm fucking looking at my internet connection.
Yeah, mine went down. I think that was on when
Mine
when
was
Rob
weird
first came
too.
on. I think that's on
Yeah.
Reese's
Yours is
side.
always weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
Alright.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree with Rob on this. I'm right there with you.
That's phenomenal. I'm so happy. Let's move on to
Look
because
at how
Rob
bitter he
isn't.
is. Look at how mad he is that we're not fighting, Landy. He's so unhappy that we're
I'm
not.
not even mad.
Every time I debate somebody, by the way, on David's show, it's always me agreeing with the other person. It's always like it's not really a
I'm not
debate.
even
We're
mad.
just
I'm
having
not
a
even looking
conversation.
for. I'm not looking for confrontation. Okay. Listen, I'm not. Listen, I hope
David,
you guys
David, why is
swipe
your
right
hand getting
on.
in my puppet face over here?
Guys, I hope you swipe right
Wow,
on each
now he's
other.
sticking his hand in your puppet.
Oh man,
Jesus.
that's just jeez.
Listen, I hope that listen for Rob's sake, I hope that he swipes right onto you. Anyway, let's move towards the 5D chess that Trump is playing. Okay.
Get your fucking hand out of that puppet.
Says a man writing with a pencil with fur on it, right? Think about that, folks. Put that together. All right. I keep on saying, why can't we sit back and give Trump a little bit some credit, right? That maybe he is just like, and the administration are playing 5D chess. It doesn't mean that I'm up his ass, I'm kissing Trump's ass and all. No, I'm just acknowledging that I believe that Trump might know what he's doing here. And it seems like because I say that, that means that I'm kissing his ass. I'm not. There are things, like I've said on Rob's show, there are things that I don't agree with. But for the most part, there are a lot of things that he's done that I find to be great. He's done a great job. I think the economy's great. Okay, I really do think that the economy's great under Trump, and it can get better. There are still people on the sidelines. It can get better, and I said that's one of my pet peeves with Trump is that he doesn't acknowledge the people that are sidelined. Okay, and currently still working 2 jobs and hardly getting by. You know, so he needs to acknowledge that hey, the economy's great, but we still got work to do. But me saying that he's done a great job or he's playing 5D chess with Iran because it's bigger than Iran, it's about suffocating everybody else and making everybody come to America. It's just, again, my thoughts. Doesn't mean I'm kissing his ass. Landy, do you believe Trump is capable of, or is at this current time, along with the administration, playing 5D chess?
I don't think it's anything 5D about it. I think that it is a chess match, and I think that he is dominating the board right now. And I think that it's because he has put together a team that actually has the balls to do what many said they would do many years ago. And what I've been really impressed with is Rubio and Besant and in how they have executed um, internationally to actually project power, right? Whether it's from what's happening in South America with Venezuela, to the Shield of Americas, to what's occurring with the Middle East right now, and as it extends to our allies in Europe. And I think that they're playing, ultimately, this is hardball with China at the end of the day as well through various vectors, but we have to align the board correctly and align the incentive structure correctly before we can really tackle the China problem. And I do believe that we are, one of the reasons why I don't think this is 5D chess is because Besant, Rubio, and everybody that was jumping on the Trump train in the run up to the election, they laid out the plan. They literally wrote it down. They laid it out. They talked about it. They've given speeches on it. and then throughout his first year, they started talking about and implementing. And I think that it's such a foreign concept to us here in America and the way that the system currently works, that many are not understanding what's actually happening to the underpinning of the global monetary shift and the geopolitical power shift that is occurring right now, not just with the United States, but with the main superpowers in the world, and really getting the United States in a position to get something back for all the treasure we expend protecting the West.
Rob?
Yeah, I mean, so I said this on my show with you on Wednesday, David. I think Trump, and I don't think it's 5D chess, but I will agree with Landy. And I'm super impressed by the Secretary of State and Secretary of the Treasury, how they're moving these pieces. I've never seen administration officials since Roosevelt have that, like, cabinet officials working so effectively to transform with power delegated to them from the president. I think Trump is a institution wrecker, and I think he's smart enough to have seen what was happening and what needed to happen. And I think he is reordering the global economy and the global political alliances and centering it around what makes sense for the US for the first time in decades. I think he's well aware he's doing that. I just think sometimes he makes moves that he didn't know how they'd play out and has to deal with it. And that's why I think he keeps saying, and I wish he'd stop, we're going to have a deal soon. We're close to a deal. Otherwise, we're going to bomb him. He's not going to bomb him. I don't even know if that would work at this point. But it's like, we're close to a deal. We're not. And I wish he would just say, guys, we're not. But he can't politically say that. But I don't think he thinks they're about to have a deal next week or next
Question
month.
for you, Rob, because you've been around the power structures in Washington. You've been in this game a long time. When he says that, I take that personally as not a message to us here at home, but more a message to sow discord within Iran, because they know that there are certain elements that are dealing with the United States. Do you feel that that could be something that's at play when he's talking about that?
I
'Cause
don't.
that's the
I
way I
actually.
look at it.
No, I think he does do that. I don't think that's what this is. To be honest, this is more like, the whole speech he gave. He didn't want to give that speech, right? That's the sort of the inside story. Susie Wiles wanted him to give the speech, and he was like, but I don't have a definitive answer. She was like, yeah, but you got it. People need something. I think they are trying to balance the fact that you can't just tell the American public right now, just hang on, eventually it'll be over, because they're going to get battered with forever war stuff and high gas prices, and they'll tank the midterm. So I think he's politically trying to, like, walk a tightrope. I don't think it's as much for distrust to sow discord over there. I think it's to try to calm people here and the markets, because he's hoping they can get some kind of resolution. I hope it's not a false flag resolution. I hope he doesn't just come out and say, we made a great deal and we're not getting anything we wanted, but we'll pretend we did. I don't know. We'll see. I think you're right. They're going to try to strangle him out. I agree with you on that, like David does with his microphone.
Wow. I gotta say, man. I'll hold back. I feel bad because Rob takes enough abuse for being one of the white dudes for Kamala Harris. So why should I? I'm just gonna hold back. Look at his outfit. You could tell that he was one of the guys voting, dancing around and supporting.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Timmy Walls pivot all of a sudden? By the way, he's trying
Like
to
Tim
save
Walz.
face. Ooh,
I know.
easy, that guy.
Oh, so when Rob interviewed me one time on the street, on the round table, Rob was like, I remember, like, I said something about Tim Walz. He kind of got really flustered and.
I doubt that.
The lies that get made up on this make CNN seem like they're the institutional
Rob,
fact.
I told you it's okay. Look, people make mistakes, and maybe you, I don't know, maybe you want it to be unburdened with what was or has been or whatever. Shit.
What? No, we are
No,
going
maybe
to.
he just wants to be unburdened. Maybe he fell in love with the. You know what? I think what won him over with Kamala and Tim Walz was what Tim Walz did that commercial of changing the oil,
Right. Right.
I think that, and especially the way he handled that shotgun when he went hunting.
You know.
I think that
No.
he showed he was a real man's
maybe I-
man. And
maybe
I
I
think
just
that's
wanted
what-
to-
you wanted to swipe right
maybe-
on him, not Landy.
Maybe I just wanted to have a threesome with Kamala and Waltz.
I don't know, man. You keep that anyway. Anyway, guys, you can tune into their
I gotta
shows.
leave you guys.
Yeah,
I gotta
I'm-
leave you guys.
Rob appears on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check him out. He's breaking down all trending news. Rob's been in the business for decades. He's been a leader out here. Shout out to Rob, and he can take a joke. Though I don't know if it's a joke or not. Landy is here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can tune into the market update where he breaks down the markets. Okay, breaks down the markets for free. Okay, for free. So tune into both gentlemen here on the Gokhshtein News Network. Shout out to you guys. It's Friday. I hope you guys have a great time. It looks like you're going, I don't know, doing steps or some shit, and it looks like you're about to turn on a Richard Simmons video and start clapping. And Landy, I have fun.
You
in
know
your
what?
spaces.
And better that than you take that microphone that you're thinking about doing with the puppet. I'm just saying.
Listen, I don't know what you're thinking about. I have no clue what that even means, and I don't want to know what fantasies you have right now. But I thank you, gentlemen, for coming on today, and looking forward to seeing both of you guys on Friday.
Well, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you both. Bye-bye.
Bye. He wants to stay. He wants to stay on.
I'm just awkwardly smiling over here, David.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm.
Just keep switching the screens. I forgot he's got control, doesn't he? Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I am dead. I am dead.
No, I think
Okay.
that I think that that's I think that's a good conversation. And look,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of good discourse around this issue right now.
No.
It's either very, very polarized to one side or the other without without any concession or real thought-provoking conversation at this particular moment.
Yeah.
I think that we get clarity on things sooner rather than later, meaning this month. I think we start to see how this is going to play out and shape up. And you know what, David? I think next week would be a great week to talk about the Supreme Court ruling and now the Department of Justice enforcement of that Supreme Court ruling in conjunction with what the steps the administration is taking regarding voter ID
Yeah.
because Congress refuses
get
to
into
move
that
on it.
next week.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get into that. We got a good lineup coming on this month. You might see me in Miami. So shout out to Gigi blowing up spots and shit.
Consensus, right?
Say that again.
Is that consensus, Miami, right?
There's two events happening, and I've been invited to both. So listen, I just want to. I'm just showing. Honestly, to be honest with you, like I want to do 2 or 3 interviews with a few people that I've been in contact with, and I just want to network with a few people that like that are in my circle. I'm not trying to see anybody. That's not what I'm not going there to say, like make friends, or no. I'm just going out there to just network with, whether it's partners and whatever. Just go meet up and
Well,
bounce.
all the major partners are going to be there, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going out there. That's really it. I'm not looking to stay and make friends. That's just who I am. Like, respectfully, I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I'm not looking to see anybody. The only people that I'm looking to see is the people that I've talked to, and that's it.
Yeah,
that probably sounds like I'm a fucking douchebag, but like, no, I just don't want to. I'm not trying to interact.
I've gone to too many. I used to go to the events in the early days. I just don't. I don't find I find it as I look at events, me personally, as a risk vector these days. We've all heard the horror stories. Thank God we don't live in France.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I've even have some good friends that got at one of the events in New York, got taken advantage of as well, and could have ended up in a really, really bad situation. And this was fairly recent. So, just kind of,
And it is what it is. It's like
yep,
it's a new industry, right?
it's weird.
It's a weird industry too.
Yeah, maybe we should think about those privacy coins, huh, David? That way people don't know what we have, huh?
We will go and we shall touch on that subject tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We'll touch on it on Monday. But I wanted to say, I would touch on it now, but you know what? The sun's gonna go down at 6, so I got 3 hours to tan my nuts. Okay. And having a conversation with you, I know what's gonna happen. And I can't believe I just said that because now Rob probably got excited. Anyway.
Am I still here? I thought I was lost there for a second. I heard
No,
you.
I said that I'm not gonna get into the conversation with you today. We can do that Monday.
Yeah.
Because in 3 hours the sun's gonna go down, and I want to go out there and tan my nuts. And I can't believe I said that because now Rob is all excited in his house running around with his. I don't know why you came at me like that today. That was weird. Talking about my microphone too close to my face. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what happened?
You were getting a little intimate there with the microphone. For
I don't know, man. I like.
Yeah.
I like my mic. Like how,
well, I mean, the microphone was essentially like Scott Jennings. It was like, yo, get your hands out of my face.
I think after so long, Scott just said, fuck. He did the Michael Jordan. He just said, fuck them kids. I don't know, man. I like Scott Jennings because he takes everybody, but that kid, like he got under his skin. That's the first time I seen Scott have somebody get really under his skin. Like I never seen that before, and the kid had a smug face on him. Like I would have knocked him out, honestly speaking.
Well, that, and he was making claims that were broad brushed about Scott's positions. Yeah, I can understand the frustration. Especially when everyone else there is basically against everything Scott says. So it's a constant.
And you know what? Abby Phillips is the worst. Like she doesn't let him finish a sentence, and she will not defend, or like she won't stop anybody else. Like she'll let a Democrat, try to run through him. It's so weird. Like that whole, honestly, CNN should fucking go bankrupt. But we'll talk about all that stuff. Talk about that stuff on Monday. Shout out I don't know why you're in and out, but I will go ahead and I'll chat with you later. But
take care, David. Have a great weekend.
Thank you for coming on. And guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in to the recap, basically the recap of the markets. It's a market update with Landy. Check it out, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Landy. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, David. Take care.
Landy, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be right back after this commercial break and with the quote of the day.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Sometimes I have the urge to run it back like 2016 and call plays and send them to Valhalla. Sometimes I do have the urge to go out there and just say, you know what, this play, we're sending it to millions. I do have that urge at times, but it's like I don't need to do it anymore. But it's kind of, I guess it's like somebody who plays sports, right? When you ultimately retire, right, you still have the passion though. You still have passion for the game. Sometimes I feel like just saying, you know what? That's the project I want to go into, and we're going to send it. And I feel like working. Sometimes I feel like doing that. People ask me about that. They're like, yo, Dave, remember when like with Dogecoin, you were out there was no, remember with Shiba Inu, remember with like, even with protocols, remember you were fucking going ape shit with Chainlink and all this. There comes a time that like, yo, you're good. And yeah, now this market, this cycle has been so weird that everybody's fucked around. Like everybody's fucked around and traded and just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like sending another one into the fucking millions. I don't know. Might think about it this weekend. And if I do, honestly, if I do that, I will buy it on FOMO. Whatever I feel like sending this weekend, if I feel like doing anything like that, it will be on the FOMO app. Sometimes I feel like coming out of retirement. Sometimes. I think it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's, is it ego? Is it pride? I don't, or is it to see that you can still do it? You can still bowl? It might be one of these things. It might be. Anyway, shout out to the sponsors, Midnight, Poly Market, Cake Wallet, People's Reserve. The quote of the day. Let's go to the quote of the day. Holy shit, we're over an hour here, man. I didn't even notice that. Over an hour. Let's go ahead and do the quote of the day. Here's the quote of the day. Ready? May you find the courage to disappoint people who expect you to stay small. There you go. Do that one more time. May you find the courage to disappoint people who expect you to stay small. Guys, tune in next week. We got some cool cats coming through. It's for the love of the game. You know what? It is for the love of the game. That's what it is. I agree with you, Warren. It is for the love of the game. It's not even, honestly, at this point, it's not about the money. the money's nice, but it's not about the money. Like when I was talking about what I was talking about earlier, to see you can still call it and it can run up to millions. That it's just like it's just to see that you can still do it. Money, yeah, it comes with that, but it's whatever. It's not. That's not the point. That is not the point at all. Not now. That's not even the fucking point at all. So shit, and I'm like, look, I feel like I'm in my prime, bro. Yo, I feel like I'm in my prime, bro. I'm in my prime. I am in my prime. Though, if you eat fast food, you will feel like you're not in your prime at all. You will feel like you are on the verge of dying. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, everybody who's tuned in from all the social media platforms that we stream to. We are looking to go and maybe use a different provider, not Restream, somebody else, to stream our broadcasts. I know I'm still young, man. I'm still young. But we're looking for another provider. Might be Riverside, might be Streamlabs, just to allow me to go ahead and stream on Facebook and Instagram and do a lot more things that are and up the level of production here. It's me who's refused to do it just because I'm content with Restream, but it doesn't allow you to do things in terms of leveling up your broadcast. And people tune in, they're like, "Hey, great broadcast, love where the podcast is or the show has come from," and I appreciate that. But for me, like being a perfectionist, it sucks because like it can always be better, kind of thing. So go level up the game. Anyway, thank you. Have a great weekend. Okay, have a great weekend and be nice to people. Okay, just be nice to people. Cost you nothing to be nice.